Hey, what's up? Welcome to Kickin' Ass with Jesse
and Andy.
Brought to you by American Barbell Club.
Go there. It's abcstrong.com, and you can buy your gear that you need to get that pump.
Get all ABC'd up. They take great care of us. They'll take great care of you.
So today, you already heard number 69. Today is number 70 of our 1997 journey to WCW Nitros.
Should we introduce our expert?
I'm getting there.
Yeah.
As you know, last week, or the last time we did this, it was number 69. Where we left off with that was, I couldn't even tell you, the Giant being pissed off.
Yeah, because he comes in hot in this episode.
Yep. Okay. So apparently the Giant was pissed off on the last Nitro. On this one, we have our WCW Nitro expert, as we did last time, Wes Profrock. Jesse, always letting the cat out of the bag.
Welcome again, Wes. Good to have you
guys
with your expertise.
What's your first note, Wes? I hope it's the same note I have.
I just have something about the Giant kicking stuff in the back hallway.
Okay.
Actually, the first thing that I wrote of any sort of substance is how shitty the couches looked in the
the couches were terrible.
Really? I didn't pick up on that.
Yeah. It looks like something that I would throw out at like a shit-infested hoarder house.
Like the first, it's just the intro plays with the fucking sweet music, and then they basically just cut to a backstage segment of the Big Show breaks into the NWO's locker room, trying to get
Giant.
it. Yeah, sorry.
Don't call the Big
Sorry,
Show.
I'm ahead of my time. The Giant busts into NWO's locker room, trying to get at Hollywood Hogan, but NWO
the worst cast of characters.
Nick Patrick
are in there. Patrick, big enforcer.
Big Bubba was the first one to get at him.
Yeah.
AKA the Big Boss Man, who was growing his hair out. It looked sweet.
Yeah.
Some random security guards.
Yeah. The one thing I noticed, the whole time, his voice is so deep at this point that it's almost inaudible.
It's real distracting.
The one thing I did notice is this. You're a four-legged feline.
Yeah.
Oh, Giant said that, right?
Yeah, if you're talking shit and you want to kill someone, why would the words four-legged feline
ever come out of your mouth?
Pour out of your mouth in that, I'm going to get him on this one. He's going to be so hot, he's going to need to fight me.
Because they were holding him back because he was trying to get at Hogan.
Yeah.
And he just screamed that Hogan was a four-legged feline. And he called him a coward a whole bunch.
Yeah. It was insane.
My first note was then when after the segment, they cut to the commentators to explain what was going on, and Shivani just said that Big Show grabbed his own cameraman and and made that backstage segment happen. He was like,
"Come on, follow me. I'm gonna kick down this door."
The Giant grabbed his own cameraman and made that segment happen, which I thought
is great. There was some notes I left off just so I was hoping when you guys do it, and that was one of them. So okay, I'm glad that we're now thinking as a unit.
A unit, yeah. Opening match. We have Mr. JL. Jerry Lynn, correct? Jerry
Lynn under a hood. The first note I have is his entrance song rocked.
Yeah.
His entrance song was awesome.
Oh, and he also did no one can see this, but he did this thing.
Oh, yeah. He knows the martial arts.
His arms.
Yeah. If you just move your arms in, which we'll probably get to in a Glacier match at some point in time, if you just swing your arms really fast to both sides, it proves that you know some sort of martial art.
Yeah, totally.
Mr. JL.
The first
does, and
the first thing I wrote was just the mask obviously is throwing him off.
Oh yeah, big time.
Because he's playing to it constantly.
Yeah, he keeps tugging on it.
Yeah,
the whole time. First thing I noticed is this over-the-top babyface Chavo, so much fist pumping.
I love it, man.
He was fist pumping.
He's the king of the double fist pump.
Yeah, it was awesome. The match was great. I thought the match was good.
It's a good match.
I hate the way Jerry Lynn hits the ropes.
Yeah, the Sabu does it like that too. He hits him with the side.
Yeah, with his armpit, he does it almost Hacksaw Jim Duggan, which we'll get to.
But it almost kind of throws off his footing.
Yeah, it's real weird.
Yeah, he puts his leg up high. His shin hits the second rope almost. Yeah. He's almost sideways.
It's really
very
strange.
awkward.
I was just impressed that Chavo, right before the finish, he did the Bray Wyatt like crossbody like before its time. Like he like did it in '97.
It was awesome.
Yeah, it was sweet. It was very like didn't cover him. It was just like a forceful crossbody.
I have a few things that the commentators are kind of talking about at the time was that they kept putting over New Orleans, Louisiana.
Yeah, they were not talking about the match at all.
Yeah,
I noted that.
It was super that. I hate Zbyszko still.
I put the same thing. I just put Zbyszko's commentary is brutal.
But one thing I'm noticing is that I'm always going to look more forward to the second half of Nitros.
Well, yeah, why? I mean, we'll get
because
to
it's
that. We'll get to that later. I just don't understand why they did that.
Yeah, maybe because it's 2 hours.
I guess.
Yeah, I don't know if at the time I think Raw would have been 9 to 11.
Yeah,
and Nitro was 8 to 10. So I think what they wanted to do was get the Raw crowd from 9 to 10. Because they had you from 8 to 9, they had you no matter what.
Yeah, I think you're right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So they wanted to keep you there for that second hour.
Yes. I also just put that Chavo's finish was just like a straight up moonsault. Like, it was awesome.
It was awesome.
I wish like more people did that. Like just like a sweet moonsault.
It was great.
People love moonsaults.
Yeah. And then he looks at the camera and he says, "Who's next?"
Oh yeah.
Next? Did he create the Goldberg?
Very possible.
He's ahead of his time.
Like right there, like everybody was like, "Did you hear what he said?" Whoa, we gotta save that.
He created the Bray Wyatt crossbody and Goldberg's catchphrase all in one match.
So then Zbyszko, remember like in the match, what was it? Chavo does a plancha to the outside, and Zbyszko's like, he hit his head. Did you hear him smack his head?
And then they slow-mo'd it.
They slow-mo'd it, and he definitely did not smack his head. But he still said he smacked his head.
Yeah, and it was like right in front of your face. Yeah. But then I just have written down Zbyszko's commentary drives me insane.
Oh, it is so bad. And then like
I don't know, it's just the way he talks. Like it's just I don't know, he like drags out words or something.
Yeah.
It just drives me nuts.
After the first match, they always cut to the commentaries to announce what the hell is the name of the word? To actually like put themselves over. So it goes to Shivani.
Yeah,
it goes
they introduce themselves.
There you go. I couldn't think of the word. I've been in bed for 3 days, guys. Yeah, and like Zbyszko does this hand thing when he says his name. Like he puts his hand.
Oh
there.
Yeah, he always.
I think
he always goes like this.
Dude, it changes every week.
Oh, I thought he did the same thing.
So sometimes it'll be like it'll say that, and then it keeps going. This one was pretty tame. But I'm pretty sure, like, on 71, 72, 73, I'm up to 75 now. It turns into, like, a thing. He's so bad.
Like, yeah, because every time they say his name, he has, like, some kind of cool hand movement to do.
So stupid.
Hey, you want to get to that second match?
No.
Yes.
I literally have UGG in here.
Yes.
Like it says UGG in.
I have written down Hacksaw Rules. He's so over. It's amazing.
I have Hack Shot from Duggan interview, actually.
This is what I have. I have Duggan comes out and gets what he deserved. He gets jumped. He looks like he smells. I love the fact that this is something that keeps going too. Like when we get to like 71, 72, is he keeps this whole like I'm for WCW, I'm against NWO thing.
Yeah.
And NWO not once even cites it.
Like mentions him.
They don't talk about him. They don't give a fuck. That's how useless this guy is that they don't even care. And he's calling everybody out. Like, he's calling everybody out. Nobody cares. So then, what do? They get the old curtain jerker, Sting, to go out there and just fucking Scorpion Death Drop him.
Like, what was the gimmick there? Like, was that supposed to be like Sting was like a tweener? Like, he wasn't for anybody?
I think it was, it was basically like saying he was like in the gray.
Yeah, rogue.
Which was pretty sweet.
I thought it was awesome.
Well, I mean, Hacksaw got a badass Ioway, like his entrance comes, he gets an Ioway promo with Mean Gene. He's holding a big WCW flag. No way.
It doesn't make any sense.
He's super over. He's making like all those like big. Over. He's making those big ridiculous like facial expressions where he's just like you say that's why he probably looks like he smells because he's just making like Oscar the Grouch faces the whole time.
And then
then they played basically like. He like ended the promo and they hit the music and he kept talking.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
So then the best thing is that Sting is supposed to be rogue and like Sting kind of wants an army. He doesn't even want Duggan. That's what I took from it. It was like, yeah, please stop talking about WCW. I'm the real WCW guy. Please leave.
Yeah, Sting.
That's basically what I get.
It was supposed to be Hex. It was advertised as Duggan versus Super Kalo.
Which would have been a fucking great match, man. But instead, what do we get?
Yeah, exactly.
But instead, what do we get? Craig Pittman versus Jericho.
Yeah.
Sorry, bud.
Craig Pittman just comes out to like cliche, like army music.
Oh, it was great. Taps,
Nice,
basically. Just comes out to taps.
Yeah, wears fatigue pants tucked into boots with like it almost looked like a karate top or something.
It almost looked like they were like, Craig, you got your stuff back there? And he was like, I can make something happen.
Yeah. Oh, I can be on. Yeah, I'll make it work.
He walked down the street from the Superdome.
I never. Yeah, you said he's just like a power. I've never seen him before.
Yeah, he was like a power plant guy. I'm pretty sure. I want to say that like later on he was like one of the coaches there. Later on.
Yeah.
Him and Buddy Lee Parker.
Oh boy.
Well, it's him versus Jericho.
Yep.
And
it's real short.
It almost seemed like they were like, "Look, we need to make up some time. Go out there. You got 5 minutes."
Yeah, if that.
You got 5 minutes. Go 2.
Yeah. You know what was kind of awesome though is like the very first high spot was like good. It was like on, and then the second high spot, when they went to the second high spot, it was almost like Craig Pittman had no idea what
like,
wrestling was.
You can see Jericho like talking to him and like totally trying to lead him through it, and it was
crazy.
Yeah,
like they both looked like a fish out of water, and then Jericho just blasts him in the face with a drop kick, like
off the top rope,
top rope drop kick into a pin. But hey, he looked strong because he kicked on the 3.
Oh, did he? I didn't even pick up on that.
He looked real strong. I took that away from him. He looked super strong.
Yeah, thank God he kicked out after that 3.
He kicked out at 3, and
I got a kick out of. At one point, Pittman cuts him off and grabs Jericho. Basically, he goes to throw him to the outside, but Jericho like lands on the apron. That might have been the lead to the finish.
Yeah.
And Shivani still says like, "Whoa, he could have got disqualified there because they had that like over the top rope like rule. Like, dude, it's 97. Like that's gone."
I want to say he brought that up later on too. During the match too.
But I guess it was because Jericho landed on the apron. It wasn't a DQ or something.
Yeah, something.
Because that was the thing. You weren't allowed to use the top rope, I think, and you weren't allowed to throw people over the top rope.
Right.
Then Jericho drops the outside. He like sits awkwardly on the fence.
He's like trying to like
and
fire
then he
up
grabs like
a kid.
Little kid and he says something to the little kid. And in my head, the only thing I can think of is like, "Listen, kid, I always eat pussy." All right, and like that's what he said. Like, "I always eat pussy, kid." And then like
I'm sure like Jericho was hoping to like land with a bunch of like beer drinking like crazy people.
Oh no!
And instead he got like a family, and they just handed him their kid. Like, and he was like, "Hey, little buddy, okay, man."
NWO shirt there, guy.
I did really appreciate the top. Like I was just thinking that the other day, how like because everyone does the Japanese drop kick now off the top, where you take a bigger bump than the move you're giving to the guy. But like he hits just a sweet normal big missile drop kick, and it was awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah,
2 great finishes.
I missed those.
Yeah. Next.
Before we move on.
Real quick.
I just want to shit on Hacksaw Jim Duggan a little bit.
Yes.
Let's rewind 2 segments. Yeah.
The purpose of his Aisleway interview was to put over a purple and yellow WCW flag that he stole from a fan the week before.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Like he stole a flag from a fan and then brought it the next week. Yeah. And like just came out waving.
So cool.
Yeah, and that was
the whole point of it.
Because I think they started playing the music, like the promo was over, and he didn't say anything about Sting yet, and he was like, "Hey, we need Sting," and the music was playing. It was great.
Yeah, and then during that promo, Zbyszko makes a comment about there being 80,000 people in the Superdome when they have it quartered off. Even the max capacity, it still holds like 74 or something.
You don't think they had 80,000 for a random Monday Night Nitro?
Right. You could clearly see they have it quartered off with bleachers. Like we're talking about 22,000 max.
Yeah.
But he just makes a big point about how there's at least 80,000.
Oh, man. Yeah.
The guy who gave himself the living legend.
Yeah.
Well,
all right.
I know you're real excited to get to this one.
High fucking voltage.
Big time.
Now we're talking.
Weren't they like big on like they were like Saturday morning guys?
Yeah, I almost feel like they made the power plant just for these 2 guys. They're like, "Yo, listen, we all work out at this gym. There's a guy named Bob Rage. There's another guy named Ken Chaos. We got to get him in. We got to start training him." And then like Buddy Lee Parker's like, "I got it. Let's come up with the power plant."
They're super jacked.
They're like just ridiculous.
Totally, defined body guys.
Yeah.
this is So I put that.
How about the fact that High Voltage, like, they didn't come out to music? It was just like zap electric. It was just noises, like zit, zit, zit. It was just
High Voltage.
There was no music. It was literally just like lightning noises.
Let's rephrase the comment about them being big on Saturday mornings. They're just big all the time.
Yeah.
They're over.
They're big. 24/7.
So this is where my notes start here. It says, how was Sensational Sherry looked at as a sex symbol? Here.
It's them versus Harlem Heat, by the way.
And then I put, I still jerked off to her. Like, I 100% still jerked off to Sensational Sherry at the time.
Sister Sherry.
Oh, Sister Sherry, yes.
I wrote down, like, I hope this doesn't sound bad, but, like, I wish... Because later on, she got gigantic fake boobs.
Yeah.
And, like, I feel like that was when she got out of wrestling. Like, I wish she had them here.
Oh, yeah.
When she was managing Harlem Heat.
Yeah.
That would have been sweet.
So, like, they walk out, Harlem Heat walks out. It's just, you got big, scary black
They
dudes.
just awesome. They're fucking awesome.
And then you have Sensational Sherry, who's like, looks like a smoking mom. Like, when you were a kid and there was a mom who, like, smoked in the neighborhood, that's what she looked like.
She didn't fit with Harlem Heat at all. I don't know.
So, like, the match is, like, going, and, like, High Voltage is, like...
bad. Real bad.
Yeah.
They're bad professional wrestlers.
There's one section where there's so much confusion where it looked like Kenny Cass was going to go for...
When he went for, like, a backdrop?
Maybe a backdrop.
Yeah.
And then he kind of, like, hung on.
He kind of gave up on it.
But it got real weird, and then Booker T just kind of got pissed and just threw him over his head, and then, like, you see Stevie Ray just shake his head like, what the fuck?
You could tell Booker T said something to Stevie Ray. Like, he kind of did whatever he did, and he sort of looked back, and, like, you could see him mouth something.
Yeah.
And awesome. Stevie Ray was just like,
That's great.
The match kind of wrangles in after that, though. It kind of gets a little tight after that. Like, not saying it's the best, but, like...
The Harlem Heat is great. They're just fucking sweet.
That fucking leg lariat...
Booker
T does
it's
is
unreal.
Beautiful.
You just blast the dude with it.
Yeah.
Did they cut away to, like, a backstage segment during the match?
They went back to the Giant.
Yeah.
In the back, still trying to get his match with Hogan or whatever, whatever he was doing.
Because I remember it was like...
I have something that he said there that makes no sense. If you guys got that.
What do you got?
As they're, like, kind of going away, he goes, you big monkey, I love you.
What, he said, I love you?
Yeah. Whoa. You big monkey, I love you.
Well, he's trying to get at Hogan?
Somewhat. And then the best is the first thing he does when that door gets, like, when he comes to that door, is just aggressively shove Virgil, and Virgil falls back into the couch so hard.
I saw that. Yeah, that's great.
Poor Virgil for having to touch that couch.
I remember in the match, it was like, I thought High Voltage, like, just cut them off for the heat, and they go to that backstage segment, and they cut back, and then they're just out of the ring, and Booker T's just beating the shit out of one of High Voltage.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Cool.
But that's where I have the leg lariat comes in right there. Back to the match. Leg lariat habit's awesome. Straight into a...
Sidewalk slam?
Yes, okay.
No,
Textbook sidewalk slam.
Yeah, any single time there's a sidewalk slam, I will definitely say it.
Oh, yeah, I have it on here.
So they win the match by doing one of the most dangerous looking... what was the name of the finish?
The Heat Seeker.
The Heat Seeker. It was so dangerous looking because he fell on Stevie Ray's leg.
Yeah.
On that one.
It's basically the Doomsday device with a missile dropkick. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Fuck, man.
And then Stevie Ray just looks into the camera and he says, "Don't forget about the best in the business." But he, like, takes a second to, like, remember the back half of what he was going to say. And he just looks like he's blanking hard at the camera and then goes, "In the business."
I was going to say on their entrance, like, Harlem Heat was really big on, like, the camera promos. They both just scream at the camera all the time. I love it.
I mean, speaking of their entrance, like, who thought it was a cool idea? Like, all right, so somebody in the office was like, "Hey, man, we need 2 big black guys.
Yeah.
They're going to be like a power tag team. We'll book them from Chicago, whatever." Who was like, but let's make their music say yes, yes, yes. No. Like it doesn't make any sense at all.
Yeah. And then there's like Joker like laughing.
Yeah.
And like like
Hugh Morris's music.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like
it doesn't really fit at all.
like there's
And great music, but yeah, like you said, like the laughing and the yes. It doesn't.
Yeah,
really...
like somebody must have played that for them, and they were just like. I guess. Yeah, like okay, it's cool. We're going with it.
Exactly.
Like, there's no way those dudes are stoked about that music.
I'm right there with you.
I like that.
I mean, I just have written down that Harlem Heat's just fucking awesome.
Yeah, they're great.
What else did I have? Oh, Robbie Rage threw a sick slingshot leg drop.
Oh yeah, and
it was fucking textbook.
And he
like,
texted
legit.
me about it. Yeah,
I was like, I'm doing that. That's
couldn't do anything else.
No, that slingshot leg drop was
yeah. I had Kenny Chaos had the worst tie up.
Oh yeah,
to start a match in the history of wrestling. Like, he looked like he was going to just give Booker T a hug, and then like Booker T just kind of like wrangled him in or whatever.
I have some laziness coming up, but that's one of the things I pointed out was that tie up was so lazy,
so unprofessional.
Someone is lazier though on this show.
Yeah. What else did I?
So then it goes to the NWO merch commercials, which were fucking awesome. I loved it.
I remember them being like cool, but like going back and watching them, they're just like the weirdest things. Like they're so.
No one was doing
strange.
anything like it. That's why it was awesome.
Yeah, like I remember them from back in the day, but like going back and watching them now, it's like they're so quick and so like they're less than 30 seconds. Like they're so strange.
To the point.
Did you own an NWO shirt?
No, I never did.
You never did?
I mean, I wish I did.
We definitely did.
Yeah.
I mean, we own NWO tattoos.
I'm with you, man.
Like, I 100% love those commercials.
Yeah, I remember them. They're fucking awesome. They're just very strange to watch back.
Yeah. And before we move on.
How about this group that comes out for commentary next?
Oh, boy.
Before that.
Okay.
The fact that the announcers are now putting over that the Hyatt Regency...
Yeah. Just a few steps away from the Superdome.
The WCW headquarters.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It was where the board is going to look over this, like, giant problem.
Yeah, the contract that stipulates he gets to wrestle Hogan immediately.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't understand that. Like,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, all of a sudden, things moved from Atlanta, Georgia to the Hyatt Regency in New Orleans.
Oh, okay.
And the board is there.
I didn't pick up on this. So that's...
The board's there.
They're talking about this giant... Hogan match?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're just a few steps away.
Yeah, it's making it happen.
The Hyatt Regency, right across the street.
That was huge.
It was huge. Then Bischoff stinks, Virgil stinks, and $1 Billion Ted stinks.
Yes. Like, that's the group that comes out to like take over commentary.
But Zbyszko... So I'm understanding this, too, because like later on, there is... in another episode, there's an episode where basically, what was I going to say? Like, Randy Anderson gets, like, fired. We'll get to it. But they're, like, talking to Randy Anderson they all have headphones on so they can hear themselves talk. And then, like, Randy Anderson's just standing there getting fired. And he can't hear what they're saying because he's in a fucking live... like there's fucking thousands of people yelling. Right? So this situation's kind of there. As these dudes walk up, they're handing over the microphones in their headphones to Bischoff, $1 Billion Ted, and they're walking away. And fucking Zbyszko throws flames at fucking Bischoff.
I don't mean to interrupt, guys, but we're getting a phone call from 1-800-COLLECT. Puff Marshall
on the road.
Coming in on the road, Chicago next week. Hang on a second here. Puff Marshall, are you there?
Hey guys, what's going on? It's Puff Marshall here.
Hey, are you in Chicago for next week, Nitro?
I am in the windy city of Chicago, Illinois. Let me tell you something. I've been here for the past 3 days. My first day was amazing. I went to the Millennium Park, and there's a giant silver bean in the middle of the park.
Oh, yeah?
I tried to bite it. Didn't work. It hurt my tooth. And now, I'm a pretty robust gentleman. I went underneath it, and I'm stuck. I know you guys are going to be here next week, but if you come any sooner, you can help me get unstuck from being underneath this giant bean.
Okay, Puff Marshall, next week we'll get you out of there, bud.
Thank you very much, guys. I'll be waiting.
Thanks, man.
Wow, Puff Marshall in Chicago.
Puff Marshall stuck.
There it is. Puff Marshall. 1-800-COLLECT.
Look at that.
Gonna have to help the guy out next week.
Anybody's in Chicago, lend the guy.
Yeah, if you can get there before next Monday, please get him out.
Yeah.
Because, we send them there a week in advance to just hang out.
Wow.
All right. So, to get back to this thing.
Yeah.
They're handing it over, and Zbyszko goes, he goes, yeah, maybe you'll have more fun mowing Gagne's lawn again. Something like, he says something along the lines of because that's where Bischoff got his start.
AWA.
Was being like a little like young boy for AWA. And if you guys know the history, the only reason why Zbyszko has a job is because he married Gagne's daughter.
Oh, I did hear this.
Like, that's like the only reason why he's a thing in wrestling.
So Zbyszko's just throwing shooters at him?
Just throws actual fire at him. Like, as they're handing the microphones off, because he probably doesn't know, but he's still mic'd up.
Yeah.
And he's like handing it over, and he says something along the lines of like him mowing Gagne's lawn. It's insane. Like, it's great. Real heat.
But those three coming out for commentary is just like, what the fuck, man?
Okay. The next match we've discussed off mic.
Yeah.
And two of us liked it. One guy hated it.
It's a big moment.
It might be my favorite match of the card.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, it was cool.
I love the way it. I think it's only because we were like I back the cutter so hard in it.
Yeah.
And you didn't back the cutter. Like, Wes hated the cutter.
It's very strange.
I love the cutter in it.
So it's DDP
versus Mark Starr.
Just as we always like, Nitro being the Wild West. Like, it's Mark Starr, everybody. He's here to wrestle DDP.
For those of you who don't know who Mark Starr is, he's Mark Starr.
He's Mark Starr with 2 R's.
It's only 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, and it's only to basically cut to a segment.
Yeah, because basically Bischoff is just putting DDP over hard.
Yeah.
That he he actually says he lives next door to him, which he does.
Yeah.
And just says they're buddies, and he's joining the NWO, and DDP squashes Mark Starr.
Yeah. So basically, he turns a whip. He turns a whip around. He whips Mark Starr into the corner. He takes the opposite.
Violently hits the ropes.
Yeah. He takes the opposite ropes, and then as Mark Starr's coming out of the corner, Mark Starr just dives head first. And
DDP catches him in midair
and cuts him. It's awesome.
I mean, I wouldn't say midair. It was essentially
it
on
wasn't
the canvas.
It wasn't like Randy Orton, Evan Bourne, shooting star midair. It was like
I thought it was great.
It was 4 inches from the ground.
I see where Eddie's coming from. It's one of those things where I like in wrestling where it was kind of sloppy, so it looked realistic. I mean, it was. You
could even tell he was a little bummed out over it, but
it was fast and intense.
He gets the pin. And then
Hall and Nash.
And then Hall and Nash come out, and this is basically his initiation to the NWO.
Yeah, Nash was real big on the NWO pullover hoodie at this time because he wore it 2 weeks in a row.
I'll tell you this: they loved I'm just going to take my time out to the ring.
Oh fuck yeah!
They took a good 2 minutes.
It was a show.
Walking out, very slow. It was.
We'll talk about Hogan's entrance later. Talk about taking your time.
So. He gets, but he was probably nervous. So they get in the ring.
They got an NWO shirt.
We got a big hug out of the guys. He puts the shirt on. He goes to shake fucking
cut off sleeve shirt, by the way.
Was it?
Yeah, it's already cut
DDP
off.
deserved the sleeves
cut off. Yeah.
So he then, he gets a hug from Nash. He goes for the shake on Razor. And then pulls Razor in and cuts him.
Big time. Nash's back was turned.
It's great. So he turns around, sees Razor on the ground. He charges. DDP pulls the rope down.
He goes over
low bridge.
Low bridge. Kev takes it.
There's a table there.
He grabs the table, pulls it on top of him.
Throws it. Yeah.
It's one of the coolest,
great bump for a 7-foot.
One of the craziest over the top bumps ever. It's
for
awesome.
A 7-footer, 100%.
And I love the fact that we'll get to it on 71. I know I'm jumping ahead, but in 71, he goes. They they review the footage again, and he goes, why was that table there?
Who says that?
Nash does.
Yeah.
In 71, it's great. Okay.
But that, I mean, like in history, that was like a big moment for DDP. It, like really got him over. And then I really because he ran up into the crowd after that.
Yeah.
Which I'm pretty sure was like impromptu and not planned because there was zero security with him.
Yeah.
And it like like what we were talking about what Jericho was looking for. I think that's what DDP got because it was just like it's a sweet shot that they used 100 times. It's like DDP deep in the crowd, like doing the diamond cutter pose, and there's just people around him freaking out.
So
It was
cool.
fucking awesome.
Very cool.
It's very
And then here, I don't know why I put this here, but it like Nash talks like if Body was cool, like our friend Tyler Body.
What do you mean?
Like
I don't get it.
Like the way Body talks. Like Body has like a strong Buffalo accent.
Yeah.
This is Big Tank Abrams, aka Kevin Bennett's Heavy in Toronto, and they both have this like. They both have a very strong cadence in their voice, and they have the same kind of cadence their voice, but like Body's is not cool at all. And like Nash's is like super, super cool.
Wait, Nash's or Hall's?
Nash. I'm talking about Nash the whole time, not Hall. No,
Okay.
There's no way Body sounds anything like Hall.
That's
Hall's
okay.
too
That's
cool
why I got
sounding.
confused.
And then this is the reason why I put it is because they went into that like weird NWO commercial, like promo commercial.
Yeah.
For Sold Out.
Yeah, where he's like talking. And
We're
he's
talking
like,
about the Steiners?
Yeah, and he's like, yeah. My name's Kev.
Yeah, it's great.
Hey, I'm Kev.
Yeah.
I'm good, Kev.
Oh, I'm not good.
Starburst from Kevin Bennett.
Yeah,
what a treat.
Like, we're gonna go and we're gonna like mess with the Steiners.
I know your back is messed up.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. They started talking about his shoot. They saw like Scott's like MRI results.
Yeah.
They know about his back and like I remember they didn't do it here, but they used to call him the Einsteiners all the time.
Yeah.
It's a good read.
The best is like at one point in time too, he goes, "Hey, you guys want the kibbles and bits?" Says something about kibble and bits, and
It's a dog face grumbling.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
sweet bird.
And then like Scott Hall's just like being fucking awesome.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
every time it goes back to Nash, he's just trying to like crowbar a shitty joke in there.
It's like it's like a black and white promo of them just like sitting like we are right now, and there's like a projection screen behind.
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
It was actually
always
really
what they
awesome.
did.
And he was he definitely AC Slatering that chair? Was he
Yeah,
on?
Would
yeah,
surprise me.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, okay. Hey, Scott. Hey.
I love it.
I just liked that too. The Jericho Pittman match
Yeah.
and the DDP Mark Starr match was the exact same squash.
Yeah.
Couple shoulder tackles,
Yeah.
a cut off with an eye rake, and then straight to the finish. Like the exact same layout of the match.
It's very true.
Very cool.
Yes. True. True that.
Okay, my next note
Guerrero Malenko.
now
Oh, boy.
takes my next note now takes away the Mark Starr DDP thing because it says, "Sorry, I forgot that Guerrero versus Malenko was on this."
Yeah, so it's hard
And
to
it is fucking.
it's hard to say a squash match was her favorite match on the
This
card.
is
Yeah.
the clinic.
Yeah.
Like this is straight up school. Like
they honestly they almost like make wrestling look easy.
that, dude.
I feel like people watch them and be like, "Oh yeah, I could do that." Like it's
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Because it's so flawless and just fucking awesome.
It's almost too. I bet you like. Remember how? So as I was watching this, I text Jesse, and there's like, they do like a 5-part sequence that starts with a powder, which means Malenko's on the outside. He gets in the ring. And then they go right into
Pretty much like Lucha.
basically what would end with a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. But it's 5 parts. They get to it by like he gets the ring, he cuts him down with a kick, picks him up for a power bomb.
Yeah.
He comes out of the power bomb on something. He picks Malenko up for something. He fucking goes out of this.
I remember there's like a monkey flip to the feet.
Yeah. The
Something
monkey
else to
flips
the feet.
goes right
like
into the
a
tilt.
pass by. Yeah, and it's just it's crazy, dude.
And it's like, they were like as he was getting thrown to the outside or something like that. He was probably just like tilt-a-whirl.
Yeah.
And then they just
they've
went
done it. They've done it 100 times.
Yep, for sure.
It's fucking awesome.
And I said this.
Oh, I can't I'm just psyched. Like getting us to watch this 97 thing.
Yeah.
I'm just really psyched for when like Guerrero turns heel and starts getting super jacked.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
real pumped for it.
So this is what I put. I just said I wish I could watch these guys wrestle every day of my life.
Yeah.
Like if that match happens every single one of these 97, which it probably does, they probably wrestle.
Yeah.
If there's 40 episodes, they
I'm
probably
into
wrestle
it.
39 of them.
I'm into it.
They're so fucking good.
How about Six coming out with the ladder again?
Oh, tongue out.
Super far away.
Too sweet.
Real
This is
far.
another thing. I have a little stuff before that.
Yeah, I do too.
So I put this, like, matches like this make me block out the commentary, which is just dog shit.
Yeah, it's very
The whole time.
yeah, easy to do.
Malenko's leg lariat, fucking awesome.
Yeah, they went to a high spot. He cuts him off of that.
Yep. Then they start talking about that Gaelic. They talk about, like, Roddy Piper speaking Gaelic.
Yeah.
What?
And then Shivani just goes, Gaelic, maybe. We do know that it is some kind of language, though.
Oh man, I did not pay attention to this at all.
Yeah.
That's your loss.
Yeah.
But six comes out. He looks fucking sweet.
Oh yeah, same thing. Leather jacket,
Yeah.
like permed mullet, fucking bandana, sunglasses, white jeans,
Boots.
Yep, boots tucked
People
in.
are throwing fucking drinks at him.
Yep.
But he was like, well, I think it was like, because he gets Guerrero's attention towards the finish. He's so far away from the ring.
Oh, yeah.
Like they do like the widescreen shot. It's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like you can't even see the ring.
Yeah.
What were the notes you had?
After the start, so it was Eddie hit him with an arm wringer.
Yep.
Dean kind of reversed it,
Yep.
dropped Eddie to his back, put him in, like drop down for a leg lock.
Oh yeah.
They did a little bit stand up.
Yeah, they did
And
some
they like
sweet-
face off again.
Yeah, some sweet chain wrestling.
Mark Curtis has one of the worst chafes I've ever seen in my
I
life.
missed it, but
What was
It's like they're like this, like
Yeah.
facing off, and then he just starts going.
What do you mean?
Like Mark Curtis, he
He's gonna, like,
swallowed a
throw
pube,
up or
like,
something?
yeah, I don't know what
Oh,
happened.
fuck, man.
Maybe his mustache got
I
caught in his
did.
mouth.
Poor guy.
I did put this though at the end of all my notes. It says Mark Curtis is my favorite rap.
Oh, he's great.
Oh, he's awesome.
So
The
animated.
fact that there's like a section where I can't remember what the hold was, but it's right kind of towards the finish. X-Pac's definitely out at this point in time. Mark Curtis looks so invested in the match.
Yeah.
Like Malenko has Guerrero in something and he's like down on his knees and he's like grabbing like Guerrero's leg to check if he's okay, and it just looks so sincere.
Yeah.
Like Mark Curtis was great.
Was there any other refs? Because I only noticed Mark Curtis. The
Yeah,
whole
there's
time.
like a big oaf guy that comes later on. I
Okay.
think he does the Arn Anderson Rick Steiner match. I don't know what his name is.
We'll get there.
Fuck,
we'll get
I can't remember his name.
Yeah, you know who I'm talking about though.
Yeah, because this is right around the time Randy Anderson started getting sick. So that's why they kind of start pulling him off TV every once in a while. So like Pee Wee Anderson, you'll notice that like in the next couple, I think it might be the next episode where they fire him.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's where he starts getting sick. And like in 2002, he ended up dying of like jaw cancer.
Oh,
So
okay.
like I think this is where he starts getting sick. Like he was like the guy for WCW for a really
Right.
long time. It was him and Mark Curtis.
Okay.
So I think this is where they started pulling in like new guys.
And I don't think Mark Curtis made it too much longer
Yeah.
than this either.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think he would have died like late 90s.
Yeah, because I went to wrestling school in 98, 99, and we were doing the memorial. show
Right,
for
yeah, he died. Yep. So
What a bummer.
And they had already done one before that.
That's
so
when,
that might be that's probably his last year.
NWO Nick Patrick came back
And I
Yeah.
put this fuck me pin. One of my favorite pins.
Yeah,
on an extremely stiff power bomb.
yeah. Basically,
He gave it to him.
somehow Guerrero sees Six on the ladder super far away and gets distracted.
Yeah.
Climbs the
Goes up to-
ropes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I feel like Malenko only did stiff power bombs.
Guerrero too though. He fucking
Yeah.
laid
Yeah.
people down.
Wham! Boom! Fuck me pin. Like straight mish, like power mish.
Yeah, power
I
mispin.
love that.
Yeah, they're the intent from those two guys. I mean, that's like what I noticed first.
Oh yeah.
Everything they do,
Oh,
just
yeah.
like it looks like they want to punch a hole in a wall.
Looks real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it looks
You know.
like two guys trying to win.
Exactly,
That's
100%.
like completely different when we talk about the next match.
Yeah.
So here we go. Tanay and fucking
Yes.
Heenan come
Thank
out.
God.
Hour
I
number
wrote that
two.
down,
Here we
too.
fucking go.
Yeah.
I start paying attention to the fucking because I like Shivani.
Yeah.
It's just Shivani needs.
Tanay's amazing.
He's awesome.
Yeah,
Tanay's like the nerd of nerds.
He's like the. I mean, even he was good in TNA. Like he's like
Yeah.
the unsung hero of commentators.
Yeah.
He's good, man.
Yeah.
He's very good.
So next we have Super Callow coming out against Conan.
Well, he didn't get his match versus Hacksaw, so
Damn.
Super Callow versus
But I'll tell you
Conan.
what, it might as well be the same person because
Where are you getting at here?
well, what I said before was
Those rapid fire.
that that fucking lockup.
Oh, the
Kenny
laziness,
Cass
yeah.
was lazy. I don't think there's a lazier wrestler than Conan. He looks except for his rolls always look really fast.
Oh yeah.
And like on arm drags, he's getting up really quick.
Yeah,
and he's feeding really well. But
luchadors can take rolls. I mean, that's like 90% of their training.
But like, so it's just lazy. And then he does these palm strikes that are just horrible.
Come on, man.
Like,
that was like rapid fire, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 palm strikes to his forehead.
It was just lame. And the tape on everything, just he's wearing those like
his
awful...
arms are so like gimmicked up with like big like biker elbow pads.
They're inline skate. That's what they are. They're for inline skating. Like inline skate fucking elbow pads with like tape on it. And then he was wearing like Nike mountain climbing boots. Like in the match, like it just get out of here, man.
He looked cool when he came down to the ring. He had like the one button flannel on and the Tupac bandana.
And Jimmy Hart yelling "Viva la Raza."
Yeah, Jimmy Hart with him.
How about there's a section where Conan grabs Super Calo and powerbombs him hard 2 times. Second one, he muscles him up and blasts him down.
Like in the corner of the ring.
Oh yeah,
rolls him through.
Just no sells
straight
him,
up. Yeah,
no sells him, and then just head scissors him off the top rope. Like 1 second later, it's like bam, bam, like off.
Yeah, it was like a reverse, almost like not a reverse Hurricane Rana, but it was like a Hurricane Rana, but he like Super Calo was the opposite way.
Yeah.
He climbed the ropes and sort of faced him. I don't know, it was weird, but it looked good.
I just like Super Calo's. Like his head, like his mask, it's like a mask with like built-in sunglasses.
Yeah,
and he has like a beanie on his head.
I watched. Okay,
it's like super confusing.
After I watched,
makes total sense.
After I watched this,
I completely understand.
I then watched some like AAA, like recent AAA stuff of Super Calo, and he like lost his mask, but he was like doing this thing where like his like mask match that he like lost his match. He has like this altered thing where he doesn't wear the hat on it. It's just frosted tips out. So he's got his frosted tips are coming out.
Real
the
hair?
Top. Yeah. And then he takes his thing off and then just has this like gnarly like James Hetfield mustache. Like very cool.
I like that.
Super cool.
But right after the 2 power bombs, that he just blows a spot.
Oh,
like it was the weirdest.
High crossbody.
Yeah, he just like kind of laser.
Kind of just movement. He falls, and then like Conan fires him off, and then hits that sick cradle brainbuster.
Yes,
which like looks awesome.
Oh yeah, it looks like a bridge.
Yeah,
brainbuster suplex.
Did he hit the? He did hit the rolling clothesline.
Oh yeah, like right away.
Yeah,
he did
crowd,
it like the
crowd like loved it.
That's a great move. He kind of comes from the side sometimes too.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
What else? The somersault suicide dive that Super Calo does is pretty ballsy.
Did he do it here?
Yeah. Goes through the second rope.
Does a front Homicide did it too. Yeah. It's like a suicide dive, but then he flips. Yeah, that's really ballsy.
It's a fucking balls move.
Yeah, that's fucking nasty.
If you go early and catch your legs on the top rope, it's
or just the fact that midair you're flipping up, like if you just go down on your head.
Right.
Yeah.
Those guys don't care.
No, man.
Like AAA, when you see AAA, those dudes suicide dive right into the fence.
Yeah.
Head first, boom,
straight up.
When you're wearing that beanie, it's fine. Yeah. He's protected.
He's got sunglasses.
Yeah, power bomb him. He stood right.
He walked through 2 power bombs like it was nothing.
He's safe.
Yeah, 100%.
So then the match is over and ends with that thing, and then we have a Sullivan promo
chess
table.
I love it.
I mean, and he starts talking about lovers
and him owning the board.
Yeah. But he smacked all the pieces off. I mean. It sucks because when I was a kid, I was such a Kevin Sullivan fan. But like as an adult, watching this Kevin Sullivan stuff is like, it's getting like a hacksaw reaction out of me. Yes. And I never liked hacksaw. Like hacksaw's like the reason I hated WWF when I was a kid. Like him and Hogan were like the 2 reasons I hated it. So like. Now, I loved Kevin Sullivan because he always had like this weird satanic thing, but the man finishes with a 2, like just jumps up and stops.
Oh, stop! Yeah,
that's so
the double stop before it's time, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So here we go. I put Jarrett and Benoit are pros. They make it look easy.
Yeah, the little bit that they did was fucking sweet.
And then Mongo ruins the match.
Yeah, here comes Mongo with a real small chain wallet. You see that? Like a real tiny chain hanging off his
They were like
jeans.
rigged up. This is like also the time where like Nash and Hall, everyone had a beeper.
Oh, really?
Their thing too. Yeah, always had a beeper.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
They were hot at that time. They all had that classic like Four Horsemen shirt on too.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Like there's nothing classic about that shirt though because it had Mongo involved in it. God
He's
damn it.
fucking
True
terrible.
that.
He is fucking terrible. Then there's this weird promo after.
Oh man.
And it gets all sexual between Benoit and Woman,
Yeah.
which is like weird to talk about because of what happened.
Yeah.
But it gets real sexual.
yeah.
He like talks about pumping, basically.
Her being like all real.
Oh
Yeah.
man, and he knows by experience.
Yeah, he says there's no wax here. I don't even know what that means.
I just
He's got bush.
I guess so. I guess so.
He's doing a lot of mowing.
Yeah.
I just put Mongo and Deborah's acting is like
Oh my god, Deborah's
voice.
she's so painful.
Yeah, like
just-
the like even like because the finish of the match was like Mongo went to go hit Benoit in the back.
Yeah.
No.
Would hit,
He meant to hit Jarrett.
Yeah, he hit the
They
wrong
were
guy with
tied
the
up.
suitcase into
Yep.
the finish, and then like the cheesy stuff where like there's like the guy, the floor cam guy, and like Deborah just like purposely goes over to the camera. She's like, I don't know what happened. And it's just like it's the worst like B movie acting.
This
It's like
whole
man, it's
thing,
so hokey.
like
and
hurts me.
It's
in so
rough.
much ways. It's just so bad. Everything about it, like if you're just waiting for Flair, like to talk, and he wasn't even there. during
Yeah,
the thing.
right.
Like, it was just so bad.
You can tell every time like this segment comes out, like people just wanted to see Flair.
Yeah, like it. Maybe not even at that point. I mean, it's just so like. Ugh,
I guess
everything is
I'm not-
ruined. Like,
I'm not gonna lie, I fast forwarded through the promo a little bit.
Okay.
But the best was like the end. I just caught it, and it ended with Arn Anderson talking, and he just goes, "And I still got to wrestle Rick Steiner a few minutes," and then he
yeah,
left.
yeah.
That's a great way to end a promo.
Yeah.
Up next, we have a very young Billy
Oh.
Kidman
Oh yeah, I put skinny with a bowl cut.
Yeah.
Billy Kidman.
versus Scotty Riggs. This is like a 3-show push that they gave Scotty Riggs, and then I think this is where they probably start getting him ready for the flock.
Because he was coming out doing
assuming.
Raven's pose, so
Yeah.
I wasn't sure.
But I think because it had some gimmick because this is when American Males broke up, and I think this is when they were going to be like, hey, check it out, we're going to take you off TV because we're bringing Raven in to like you're going to be part of this flock.
Yeah.
Because now Kidman's in there too, so like. And I think that's when they're trying to get Kidman like groomed for TV at that point in time because he was a power plant guy also. At the time, right. So like Scotty Riggs is like
Dangly earring.
for some reason
real dangly
I
earring.
expected you to be like I love Scotty Riggs
Nope.
because he's like a basic guy with like pecs.
Nope.
He was the WCW Paul Roma.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, I
Okay,
don't know, man.
we talked you into it.
But then like so like then like Buff comes out.
Oh yeah, super. They're like, oh, it's a new look for Buff. He's just wearing like the weirdest outfit.
he was
Yeah.
so wet.
Super oiled.
Oh my god.
But then he like claims that Riggs is fat.
yeah,
and
he's like,
buff.
he's fat and I'm buff.
This is terrible. This hot shit.
and this isn't like on the mic. It's just. But
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
basically, if you think about it, like a lot of people like come out like while matches are going on. Like that happens a lot.
Oh yeah, that's a Nitro thing.
Yeah. So
And like, did anyone notice that Riggs was wrestling in heels?
Really?
Oh yeah, straight up
Really?
wrestling in heels. It was awful.
he had like boots with heels on.
Yes,
Probably want his calves to look good.
the guy is.
Calf pump.
Yeah. So it's like a Scotty Riggs, Buff Bagwell, American Males.
Yeah, and I
feud.
think it went to a pay-per-view. I think it went to either sold out or it might have went to sold out.
What a payoff.
Yeah.
I did randomly write down like maybe just because it's like the 90s, but they do like a lot of like crowd cuts.
Yeah.
Like showing people in the crowd. And at this point, they cut to like a lady and she was just wearing, I don't
Blonde
know.
woman
With the
like
turtleneck?
teased hair.
Oh yeah. She had
I
this
think
going
so.
on.
Yeah.
But she had like a straight up a black turtleneck with an NWO thing on it. Like I don't know if they sold those or she made it herself.
That sounds awesome.
But it was like a straight black turtleneck with NWO in it. At one point earlier, they cut to like a kid, and he was like, he looked like he was crying. I don't know if he was like so happy he was crying, but he was like trying to hold up like an NWO sign, and like people are doing like the 4 with their fingers. It was just like the crowd cuts are just awesome. Like super 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah, what did I have? I had
Lee Marshall called in next.
he did. Billy Kidman goes for like a 540.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just to
And,
eat it.
and Mike Tenay calls it
a
shooting star press,
Yeah.
which I thought was kind of weird.
Probably had that written down as his finish.
Yeah, maybe.
And that's probably all he knows.
Good point.
Yeah.
And there was a dude in the front row, would have been back to the camera. And he kept turning around and holding shirts up and stuff. Mm-hmm. Well, he made a sign that said WWF, like in capital letters.
Yeah.
And the first W was for whiners, the second W was for wimps, and the F was for fruits. So,
Very true.
That's what he thought about WWF.
Yeah.
That's what he thought of the other channel.
Yeah.
What was it? Whiners?
Whiners, wimps, and fruits in WWF.
All right, let's make that shirt.
Exactly.
That would be the only thing I wore.
Fuck, man.
Yeah, I lost it. I literally paused it.
That's unreal.
So I could
That's so good.
laugh it
I'll try
out.
to get a. We'll make that the. We can make that the thing, the picture for this episode.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly where it is, so I'll find it and take a picture.
Please screenshot.
We'll get that up.
That's great.
Up next, Lex versus Rick Fuller.
Oh, man.
Which Rick Fuller was also.
We might be here for a few minutes.
It was also in the Flock, right?
Big Rick Fuller.
But he was in the Flock, right?
No.
No, I don't think so.
No, you're thinking of, there was Van Hammer.
Reese.
There was Reese. No, Sick Boy. You're thinking of Sick Boy. Sick Boy was a big guy with like curly
Sick
hair.
Boy was
like that.
and Scott Riggs were like kind of the same person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the same.
Sick Boy was a little taller.
Yeah.
Do we want to talk about Lee Marshall first?
No, I mean, we could.
Yeah, let's give us
a lot of
some-
Windy City fart jokes.
Windy
Is that what
City
you're
fart
getting at?
jokes.
Yeah.
Yep, talking about deep dish pizza, and at one point he says, "Scoop the loop." I have no idea what that means.
Lee Marshall calls in from Chicago for a week ahead of time.
Yep.
It's a great. Was it Scoop the Loop?
Scoop the loop. He talks about eating pizza
Yeah.
and then fart jokes.
Yeah, because Chicago's
Yep.
a windy city.
And then he says, get down to United Center, buy your tickets, and scoop the loop. So I don't know what that means.
I think isn't that the downtown's called the Loop?
Maybe, yeah.
I think that's what it is. I think like downtown's called the Loop.
I'll scoop the loop anyways.
I did write down. He also said world champion wrestling at one
Well,
point.
true, very true.
I mean, yeah.
Let's be honest, he was on a week bender in Chicago.
Yeah,
He wasn't in his best form.
Had time to kill.
Yep. Okay, now we'll move on to Luger and Big Rick Fuller.
Yeah.
I just put UGG after that. I was more impressed with Fuller than I was Lex Luger because Lex Luger's hot trash. I loved Fuller throwing a leg drop. He did it in the match the week before. He had a match too, and he
was on the week before.
Maybe it was the week after.
I don't think he was on
I'm
the
in a
first
fever
one.
haze.
You've
here.
been
That's
bouncing
fine.
around, yeah.
Yeah, but he
Mets
throws a
talking.
great leg drop. I like leg drops.
He also had a real baggy black singlet on.
He couldn't look worse.
His he's a big guy,
Yeah.
but his body was not right by any means.
They gave him the Giants singlet, I think.
Yeah. Hey, you're on tonight, man. We gotta throw this guy on.
He looked better than Lex Luger to me, though. Meaning work wise.
Yeah.
Wow.
I loved the fact that he was chopping him in the corner.
And Luger's
And
probably hating
Luger
it.
was bummed. The first chop, he was like, you could see him kind
Just
of go.
didn't really sell.
The second one, and then he overhands him, and it's fucking awesome.
And then he left and went to a different corner.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not the biggest Luger fan either, but Luger was super over. Crowd was going crazy for him.
Yeah, I put Luger gets pyro with a question mark. Like,
Yeah.
he was the
Yeah,
only
yeah,
guy in
yeah.
the car that got pyro.
Before he fires up for the rack, the place goes insane. You got to admit it, dude. When
Like there's a sound bite there.
he hits that shoddy forearm and then
The worst
gets up.
forms.
Yeah, but then gets up and like signals. The place like stands up. People
Yeah.
go insane.
He's hot trash.
I do want to name drop a Rick Fuller story really quick. When Carl Anderson was in Japan, staying at the dojo, they're basically just doing like young boy stuff at this point. Like he still hadn't like teamed with Bernard or anything like that. And it was him and I think like there's another younger guy like Alex Kozlov, like our age. So they watch like WCW.
Yeah.
And they're just chilling at the dojo. All of a sudden, they're like playing video games in their room. All of a sudden, Big Rick Fuller walks in with like a dangly earring, and he's just like, "Hey guys, I'm Rick. How you doing?" And they said like they talked later, and they were just like both like, "Holy fuck, it's Big Rick Fuller from fucking WCW Saturday Morning."
I would lose my fucking
Yeah,
mind.
like they said, like they were like so pumped.
I would
Because,
explode.
Like Bernard got him there for like a tour to like try and test him around. He just like walked into the room like, oh hey guys, and they were both just like, holy shit, man! Like,
I
it's
would
Rick Fuller.
explode.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Those
what
are like
they
the
said.
dudes I like trip out over.
Yeah. Kevin, can you?
I love that story.
Can Kevin get the statistician on this to see if Rick Fuller's still working, so we can book him?
I'm gonna say there's a 90% chance there's a yes.
All right,
He might be dead.
let's get on this.
Can you Google machine
Yeah, Big Rick Fuller or just Rick Fuller?
and see if he's still wrestling?
I would love to have him.
I would not put it past him.
He did my favorite move of the whole Nitro. Before he chopped Luger, he
Yep.
got him in the corner, just put his foot on Luger's chest and pulled on his arm.
Really?
Because Lex's
like
arm's
working his
bionic,
arm.
so he's trying to pull the bionic arm,
Yeah,
so he couldn't torture rack him.
Yeah.
It didn't work, so then
It's a
he
good
just
move,
chopped
and
him.
I think Tanay put it over, right?
They did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tanay like brought that up. He's like, he's working the arm.
He's trying to pull his arms out of the
Yeah.
socket.
This way you can't torture rack him. That was like the whole thing.
Oh, I remember him saying that he was working the arm.
The
Okay.
bionic arm didn't work. There was no rack.
Do you guys have any? I wrote a note about this match, and I want to see if any of you guys caught it. Do you guys have
please.
anything else?
No.
Damn. When Luger torture racks Rick Fuller,
Yeah.
and then like when the ref Mark Hildebrandt calls for the finish, he literally, it looks like the video game. Like he jumps in the air and he starts going like this, like
Oh,
jumping
really?
up and down. It looks
didn't
like him.
notice that.
It looks like him.
Like
fuck,
he's saving his life.
yeah, like he's like literally jumping up in like big facials and like pointing. And, like
Yeah.
it looks like, remember the video game when he would do that?
Yeah,
Like that's
yeah.
exactly what it looks like.
He's
I'll
cool.
have to check that
Fuck,
out.
I was
He's
wishing
the
somebody else
best,
caught
dude.
that. It
Very
was
cool.
it was so good, man.
So that was Mark Hildebrandt was like,
I think his real name was Mark Curtis. It's one or the other. Mark Curtis, Mark Hildebrandt. One's his real name and one's what he refed under.
okay.
Yeah, Mark Curtis was definitely the ref name.
Okay, I think Mark Hildebrandt was
Yeah, I
his
don't know
real
what his
name.
real name was.
Okay.
I think his last match was in 08.
Damn it.
Son of a bitch. I guarantee he's probably like
Minneapolis guy?
I did meet him on like an indie show before.
Yeah.
He's probably still like promoting. I bet he's probably run shows.
Listen,
So did he
everybody's got a price.
Exactly.
Brian Fury.
Oh, so he's like he was probably a Monster Factory guy.
Oh, 100%.
Who trained him?
Just some Rick Fuller stats here for you real quick.
Listen, I got $5,000, Rick Fuller.
No guy did?
Snuka and Tony Atlas.
Wow.
That's great.
Very cool.
Well, I mean, here when he's working Luger,
Atlas
he's
is a pussy, but
probably close to 40, right?
no. Rick Fuller?
Yeah.
He's probably younger there.
I think like young 30s.
Yeah, I would say young 30s.
Okay.
Yeah, if he retired in 2008.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you're listening, there's $5,000 in North Tonawanda for you.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait,
Show up to St. Johnsburg.
waiting for you.
Next thing we have is Giant.
Oof.
Then they like have this awkward meeting, and they're basically what's happening is they're getting ready for the Giant Lex Luger tag team, which is like happens in the next episode.
Okay.
That is something that I actually knew prior to watching this because I knew they were a tag team. Giant comes out and is not wearing underwear under his
Under his one strap singlet.
his straight meat is just there on display. Like it is just the meat show.
Was it impressive?
I mean, the thing is, when you're that big, I feel like there's no way it can be impressive.
Yeah.
Like if you took his dick off and put it on my body, it probably would be
God, it
impressive.
would look like your leg.
But like on the Giant, I mean, it didn't look that
Yeah.
impressive.
A foot dong just looks normal.
Yeah. 'Cause there has to be some meat there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's legit 7 feet.
Otherwise, yeah, it's a big problem.
There's got to be some meat there. Yeah, that's really all I have for that.
Yeah, that interview was really bland.
I didn't even write anything down for
No,
it.
I just wrote blah. Legit.
We have Arn versus Rick Steiner,
Fuck
which
yes.
I'm really excited about.
A Scott Steiner in street clothes. Let's just get right to it.
I have some,
Leather skull cap.
I have some talk about that, guys.
Looking great.
But I want to talk about this first. Arn selling his ass off at 39.
Oh my god! Like watching him move.
Selling just everything that happened to him was just bam, and he was just up. Just his feeding was crazy.
Because I mean, like, you know, his hair at this point is
awesome.
just straight dad hair.
I love it.
But then, I mean, he moves better than me.
I
Like,
can't
yes.
believe he was 39. I thought he was older than that there.
He looks older.
39 years old.
But he's
That's when
fucking
he was there.
just
I did the
moving.
math on that.
Well, he loved taking that big backdrop.
Oh, yeah. And then a
He
big cell
loved
afterwards.
it, yeah.
He's another one, just makes it look easy.
Yep.
Like
Keeps
such
just-
a natural.
Keeps signaling for the
And
horse to come out.
nobody's
The whole time.
coming. Yeah.
That's the match. This is like Rick Steiner doing his offense on him, and then Arn just calling for the horseman.
And
nothing.
nobody's coming.
So he just bails.
Yeah.
So then we have Gene in the ring, unless you guys have notes about anything else that happened.
Just Steiner's street clothes.
Oh, that's I'm getting.
But then
I'm talking about the promo.
But then the promo after, I didn't write anything else about the match.
Yeah, so basically, Arn's calling for the Horsemen. They don't come out, so he just says, "Screw it, I quit," and just walks out. and gets counted out and
That's
loses.
awesome.
So that's how the match ends.
Yeah.
And it was
So then-
straight in-ring Steiner promo.
Yeah, so then
Yes.
Gene comes out, and I love the fact that Gene has to spell out sold out.
Yes.
He's like SOULED out.
yeah.
Like
That's
he can't
sold.
say it.
All right.
Scott says he's gonna rip someone's goozle out.
Yep.
Yes.
And then he's wearing an extreme casuals.
Yeah,
the tank top.
Yeah.
Casuals tank top.
Yeah, with a fucking studded weight belt on.
Yeah.
a leather backwards, like what are those, like golf hats, kind
Yeah.
of like a Samuel L. Jackson hat,
like a Kangol. Yeah.
a black leather one with a legit studded, like
Yeah.
100% studded fucking
Very
weight
cool.
belt and black
He
jeans.
wrestled in it.
And
That's
a-
what he was
yeah.
wrestling in at the time. 'Cause
So-
he did have a back injury.
So fucking awesome.
Real
Yeah.
nice talk.
Yeah. I like the fact that the promo is like over and like
You got the
Gene.
go home music.
Gene kind of like gives the mic to Rick, and then Scott just grabs the mic back.
Yep,
And he's like, "Fuck Rick,
it just keeps yelling.
I need to talk." Yeah. And then they get the music.
Because kind of the same thing with like Hacksaw was like he was kind of done talking, and then like Mean Gene's grabbing the mic, they start playing the music, but then Scott just grabs the mic back.
Yeah.
and starts yelling more.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Scott says pay-per-view. Not pay-per-view. It's
Yeah.
pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And he also refers to basketball, but says bash-a-ball. I don't know what is like.
Oh, because he was saying how tall he was. Like Nash is 7 feet tall.
It's good at basketball.
Yeah.
But like his
I would love to play some basketball.
his accent was very awkward.
Yeah.
I forgot about ripping out a goozle.
The coolest thing is, I don't know if you guys caught it, but during the interview, Rick Steiner doesn't say anything.
No.
Like,
No.
Gene's trying to get him involved, but Scott's just like, "This is mine."
Yes, my time.
And then
you got to wrestle.
afterwards, I believe they go to commercial, and Heenan just gets on the commentator mic and just says, "Nice interview, Rick."
Really? Oh fuck! I didn't catch that. Damn it!
Dude, I blew up. Like
That's fucking-
1:30 in the morning, I exploded
I
in my
didn't even
bedroom.
hear that. Damn it.
Me too,
wish
I
would've
missed
heard
it.
that.
Oh, nice interview, Rick.
That's fucking great.
Dude, it's
Heenan is so cool.
it was perfect. Perfect
Like,
timing.
Perfect timing. Just
Right as they're cutting out.
the best timing.
Then we have the sold out commercial.
Yep.
And I love in the corner it just says "Listen up." Card subject to change.
Yeah.
It says "Listen up." Yeah, in the corner.
Yeah.
And then they go through like the sold out, and it's basically just all of them posing, like individual shots of each member of the NWO just posing over and over again.
Right.
Like literally all of them.
Yeah, like just over and
Yeah.
over again. Yeah, that's literally all I had for that because it's great.
That was pretty much it.
My favorite, my entire this might be my favorite Nitro moment of all time.
Oh, wow.
Is the next scene that you see. So NWO music comes on,
Which is, yeah, super cool.
awesome. And the first person that comes out is X-Pac, right? The next person, Virgil, and he trips over a light
Really?
and eats shit.
Yeah.
Like almost
Yep.
eats
Damn
shit.
it. How did I miss that?
Look at it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I rewound it and watched it.
I'm probably gonna go back and watch it tonight.
Yeah.
That's great.
One of the first things, he's trying to act so cool, and then he trips over a floor.
Oh, shit,
Oh,
man. I'm
so fucking
100%
cool.
going back to watch
Yeah, that 2 minutes where Heenan says that about Rick
Yep.
and Virgil
Yeah.
fucking biffs it.
Damn.
But
Perfect.
then it goes to a close up on Six Pac, and he's just wagging his tongue. And
Yes.
doing the fucking.
That's I saw that.
It's so cool.
Because is that at that point, was that when they were like they all look like gargoyles? They were just
Yeah.
all surrounding.
Yeah, half of them
And
went
then
to one side, half
and then
went to the
Hogan
other
comes
side.
out riffing the belt.
Yeah, fuck yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Like just a super cool entrance.
And then I put here
And super long.
Like this NWO is so unimpressive though. Like the cast of characters
not a lot
that
of
are
heavy
in
hitters
it
yet.
are just so shot.
yeah,
because none of like Nash and Hall weren't out there at the time.
Nope.
It was like
Nick Patrick is legit on like third guy out.
Yeah, and he's just in like normal clothes.
Virgil,
just had
like
sunglasses.
X-Pac's probably the hardest hitter.
Yep.
And then like Norton is there, but like Norton is like,
Ray Trailer.
Kind of off to the side.
Yeah.
Big Bubba.
oh my
Yep.
god, and then like Mike Rotundo.
Yep.
Like it's almost like, hey, we have these dudes contracts. They've been there for years.
Give him a shirt.
We got to get them something.
You guys need more people.
And they thought it was going to do something for their career, and it really didn't do shit.
I like how like when they're all together like that, like everybody is constantly too sweeting each other or high fiving each other.
Oh, like
all
that,
the
that
time.
was like they're just like, listen, remember, like just make sure that you're constantly too sweet.
Like literally just like always tapping each other, high five, tap the other guy, too sweet.
The match itself is just not good. So it's
Hogan's entrance was so long.
Oh,
Yeah.
like legit 4 minutes.
Yeah, because then they get to the match and they say we have 1 minute of TV time remaining as the match starts.
That's what they keep saying the whole time. They're doing like a minute by minute countdown.
Yeah.
We got 6 minutes left, but
Yeah.
Hogan takes 4 to get to the ring.
And the match
I
starts.
put fuck the new adventures of
Robin Hood.
Robin Hood,
They bring it up a lot.
So I don't really put anything in there, but like the first like thing, like Hogan powders the outside, and then like
It's just all hokey stuff.
yeah, and then Giant like grabs him, body slams him in, and he loses his bandana.
The bandana and
And
glasses.
his hair is fucking awesome.
Fuck yeah.
Like Hogan's hair is just great.
Yep.
Like Hogan, like his like heel selling was like pretty awesome.
Yeah.
He just does all the like fucking like it's pretty much Ric Flair selling now that I think about
Extremely
it.
hokey, yeah.
Yeah. Just every bump is, you know what I mean. He's like
Yeah.
doing the curly sell.
Yeah.
The fucking
Flair
his back
makes
is
it look
broken.
like intentive, like makes it look so natural.
Yeah, Hogan's just like
doesn't
goofy.
make it look that
Right,
natural.
right.
Yeah, like it's kind of like
Definitely looks like a parody.
it's almost like he's kidding around.
And he's still getting hit with trash the whole time.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
every
the
time
entire
he's
time.
out, people are just blasting
The
him.
best.
And at one point in time, you could see like Doug Dillinger and the security like chasing after a dude in the crowd because someone peppered him with something,
Mm-hmm.
and then like bad, like hit him with a battery or something like that.
I just love how that
Chase
was like
after him.
part of like when you think of the NWO and WCW, like you just think of trash being thrown in the ring. It was fucking awesome.
It was awesome. The spot of the match was definitely the bandana getting stuffed
In his mouth. Yep.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, so basically, I guess what happened was like they went off the air at 11 o'clock. Robin Hood started, and then they were just showing it during commercials.
Yes.
Of Robin Hood. That's what they said.
Kind of awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember that shit happening, but that's just it's weird.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
Yeah. But it didn't make for a good match on the network because you would just get like 30 seconds and it would get chopped up.
Yeah.
And then like another
Yeah.
30 seconds. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it just made it awkward on there.
So there really, like you said, there really wasn't much to the match.
There wasn't a
No.
match, yeah. But then Giant gets jumped. The NWO comes out. They attack him, whatever,
That was
and
just-
he fucking smokes NWO Sting
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
with something. Like he's the first to charge in, and that motherfucker gets thrown acrost the ring.
He gives it to him.
Not like it was like
Who,
straight up shoot. Like get the fuck away from.
Who is NWO Sting again?
What he was one of those the tag team that you sent me that weird tag team.
Can't remember. He was big in Japan. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, he's like Rick Bogner, but wasn't Rick Bogner.
Yeah.
They fucking like that was the ending to like 75% of like NWO matches was just like the crew would just run in and it was a DQ.
We're about to get to a point too in the, like WCW Monday Night Nitro where like there's always a limousine segment.
Yes.
Always, like you'll notice there's always a limousine segment.
Yeah.
And then there's always like a backstage jump. And then there's always like an in-ring jump.
Oh, okay.
Always. Like in every episode, limousine spot, and then both of those spots.
Two random things that just popped in my head was when DDP came out for his match, he was smoking a cigar. I forgot about that.
That
Very
goes
cool.
away
Very
soon.
cool.
Okay, and then I think it was when the show started when Giant was trying to get at Hogan. They like cut over to Hogan and he had a cigar in his hand. He was just like, "Oh, I thought he had a light," and everybody starts laughing.
I think that was the thing. I don't know what. Because, like I said earlier, like Nash was always trying to like crowbar bad jokes into things.
100%.
And like you'll notice, like when he gets behind the commentary, like there's I think 71 there's a segment where he like does commentary,
yeah,
and he's just crowbarring bad jokes in.
Yeah,
Right.
it was kind of like his thing.
Yeah.
So NWO Sting was Jeff Farmer.
Okay.
He wrestled in WCW as Cobra.
you might know him as.
Might know him as Cobra.
Right home as Cobra.
And this is no joke. They essentially brought him in, gimmicked that he served in the Gulf War so they could feud him with Sergeant Craig Pittman.
Yeah. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Wrestled as Cobra.
Yeah, Cobra. Then he became NWO Sting.
Cool.
He's probably still in NWO.
He left WCW for New Japan. And of course became Super J.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're super something.
Super Cobra.
Him, Chono, and Michael Wall Street formed Team 2000.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yep.
Yo, there was a sick Chono match around that time where they all came out, and Chono legit comes out in a Hummer, like a black Hummer.
Oh, like in Japan?
Oh, yeah.
That's sweet.
It's fucking cool. I want to say it's him versus Muda, but I don't know because they were on the same team at the time.
I say, was Muda in NWO Japan?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he had the black and white face paint, right?
The best Muda is NWO Muda because he had a beard.
Yeah.
That's when the hair started going real bad.
Yeah. Who else was in it? Because wouldn't they bring like Norton over there for it too?
Yeah, and then it was Saito.
Yep.
Was in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Mr. Saito.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if it was
the manager guy, right?
No. See, it was a different. I think it might have been his son.
Oh.
But there was Saito.
And he was a wrestler?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck. Yeah, and it was then Michael Wall Street, NWO Sting.
Yep.
And then I mean, like every once in a while, like NWO dudes would go over, and dude Norton was in there.
Yep.
Like they would do like tours.
I do remember like in Japan, like them coming out like a big sweet black Hummer.
Oh yeah.
That does sound familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have the NWO Japan list if you guys want.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm in,
love
man.
to hear.
Muda,
Yep.
Akira in all caps,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Big Bubba, Big Titan.
Oh yeah.
So we got two
that's
bigs.
Rick Titan.
Oh, okay.
For those of you who don't know yet.
Yeah.
Fake Diesel.
Fake
Gotcha.
Diesel, yep.
Gotcha.
No. Fake.
Razor?
Razor, yeah.
Fake Diesel was Kane.
Hiro Saito,
Mm-hmm.
Tenzan, Louis Piccoli,
Really?
Yeah.
believe it or not. Yep.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Masahiro Chono, Mike Wall Street, O'Hara.
Who's Mike Wall Street?
That's Mike. That's.
Is it Mike
IRS.
Rotunda?
Yeah,
Okay.
IRS, yep. NWO Sting,
Very good.
Kojima,
Holy shit.
Oh, wow.
yep, Scott Norton,
Oh well, yeah. Tenzan and.
and Goto. That was,
gotcha.
That was NWO Japan.
It's tight.
Yeah.
Very, very tight.
And like apparently they came up with the idea, and then America stole it.
Really?
Yeah, or they gave it to WCW.
Yeah, it says they debuted in '96. So
Yeah.
Yeah?
They came up with the idea,
Huh.
and then
Wonder whose actual idea it was.
I think it was Chono.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So
Sweet pick right there.
yeah, the Wikipedia for NWO Japan actually shows a picture of just the U.S. NWO, and Eric Bischoff couldn't be more drunk.
Oh, yeah. Dude.
Just red.
Just beat.
NWO Sting just looks like a shitty juggalo. Like, look at his face paint.
He kind of looks like Riot.
He does.
Yeah, he does.
Very cool.
Oh, man. Yeah, just
Yeah.
straight up, that's Scott Hall, Kevin Nash.
Scott Norton.
A super drunk Eric Bischoff.
Yeah, very cool.
Like at this point, like the Nitros we're watching now, Bischoff hasn't like grown his goatee yet, started wearing a backwards hat,
Nope.
gone full heel. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. And the
Because at this, like, Hall and Nash power bombed him through the stage when they first came in, didn't they? So that happened like a while ago.
yeah, that would have been 6 months prior. So they came in middle of '96.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
yeah, this NWO would have been
Like I
6
said,
months
I
old.
wasn't watching WCW at this point, but like these were the little things like Neil would tell me about.
It's crazy, like thinking about it, you know, watching it then, it didn't seem like NWO got so out of hand as fast as it did.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only been around for 6 months, and
Yeah,
there's
and it's
30
all-
guys
like
in
I
it, and they're all
said,
bums.
and Mike Rotunda's in it.
Yeah, so it's, you know, like it's,
But but it keeps going.
oh, it's, yeah, insane.
Yeah.
But watching it, it seemed like it was just Nash and Hall for like 6 months, and then Hogan
Yeah.
came in, and then it was just the three of them forever.
Yeah, which it probably should have stayed
And then,
more.
yeah, but I mean, they They were just inviting people out of the crowd, essentially.
I mean, it is kind of sweet how there was like so many of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But as long as like you don't get too carried away with it.
Okay, so the concept of NWO, where it came, Bischoff went over to do a tour of New Japan, and they were there. I think it was it was Takada was doing a UWF. It was a UWFI invasion angle of New Japan. So like all those dudes came in to beat the New Japan guys. So when he was there, he came up with the idea of, wow, how cool would it be if we got invaded by something else?
Okay.
So the idea came. I knew the idea came from New Japan. I thought that there was like an actual New Japan thing, but it was because Takada was trying to take over New Japan with his UWFI. If you guys are listening to this and I'm way off on it, like that's it. I'm literally just looking at the concept on Wikipedia and literally reading really quick. So yeah, that's really cool.
So if Andy's off, fuck Wikipedia. It's not our fault.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm the Nitro historian. We don't mess up.
It's all fact.
Yeah, he's an expert.
Yeah.
That's it. So I got a couple trivia questions for you guys.
Hell yeah.
Nitro.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
So Robbie Rage hung him up not too long after High Voltage started. He only wrestled a couple years.
Really?
Quit.
That's a shame.
Kenny Chaos got a new tag partner and won the WCW belts. Who'd he win the belts with?
Oh shit.
Mike Enos?
Not Mike Enos.
No. Oh man.
They won the titles too?
Not Robbie Rage and Kenny Chaos. Robbie Rage retired.
Yeah.
Kenny Chaos hung
Years
around.
later, though.
Yeah, this was late, like probably
Won the
2000-ish.
tag titles.
Yeah, years later.
Yep. And fuck Kenny Chaos for stealing Van Hammer's look, by the way.
Yeah.
I mean,
Exactly.
come on, man.
What the
Yeah.
fuck?
You're better than that.
Wow, won the tag titles with someone.
Yep, Kenny Chaos was a WCW tag champion.
Reno.
Not Reno. Long time WCWer. Big name.
Lex
Really?
Luger.
I got nothing.
Sting.
Just like every main eventer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you got?
He wrestled on this Nitro.
Really?
There's a hint for you.
The Giant. No. DDP?
That was a good
No
guess.
DDP.
Wow.
Fuck.
He actually... Rick Steiner?
Rick Steiner.
Oh, fuck. Was it like biker Rick Steiner?
Yep.
Yeah.
And he got another random tag partner?
When he didn't wear a headgear.
Yeah, it was him and Kenny Chaos won the tag belts.
Really?
Yeah, this was probably right around the time Chucky was after Rick Steiner.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It was fucking awesome.
Yeah, it was cool.
Fuck, did they have a name or was it just like Rick Steiner?
Yeah, it was just Rick Steiner and Kenny Chaos.
What a great tag.
I don't remember that.
Yeah. And also, this is real deep.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll give you guys this losing scratch ticket if you get this right. High Voltage won their first match on the December 29th, 1996 edition of WCW Pro. Who did they defeat?
Is it a notable tag team?
Not really.
It's like
It's notable to somebody somewhere in the world, but just not us.
like disorderly conduct or
Is it-
something. or-
Wait, hold on a second.
Is it... Is it...
Disorderly conduct is very notable. Let's not shit on Mean Mike and Tough Time here.
I'm going to just take a stab in the dark here.
Okay.
Was it the Extreme, Ace Darling, and Devin Storm?
No, but I mean you're going
You're the right
you're going
ballpark.
on the right fucking street.
Oh, fuck.
I mean, I would say if this podcast went 9.5 hours, you guys wouldn't get it.
All right.
Two brothers.
Okay.
Initials are both SA.
I have no idea.
Scott and Steve
Oh.
Armstrong.
Oh,
Really?
Yes.
very cool.
Wow.
Yeah, first win for High Voltage.
That's great.
God damn.
Yeah,
Armstrong brothers putting him over.
Yeah.
they did.
Yeah. Good brother move.
So this was this Nitro was an improvement on last week's. Let's be
Oh,
honest.
yeah, way more.
100%. There
And
was,
it only gets better. 71 is good.
dude, there were so many segments. Like,
Oh, yeah.
like in the network, when you fast forward, there's like the little bubbles. It
Yeah.
was like, damn, dude, they're
Yeah.
putting a lot in these 2 hours.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I don't know at what point they go to 3 hours.
3 hours is rough.
But
Oh, just wait.
it feels like there was 3 hours of segments.
Did they go 3 hours in 97?
I don't know. At some point in time, they have to.
It would have been pretty close. I mean, 'cause at this point, or pretty close now, they basically took over from WWE. Or
We're
WWF
going to
at
have
the
a
time.
lot to talk about.
The worst part I remember was when things started going downhill. I think, so basically Nitro went from 8 to 11.
Yep.
And Raw was 9 to 11.
Yep.
Like when things started going shitty for WCW, like there wasn't even any wrestling in the first hour. It would just be all like NWO advertisements and like promos. It was just
Except for
Nitro
the first
Girls.
match was always really good. There was always put over.
It was always cruiser guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, cruiserweights.
Always.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah.
Blitzkrieg will show up, and when Blitzkrieg shows up,
It's on.
I
shit
show
gets
up.
real
It's
entertaining.
on,
I show
baby.
up.
Yeah.
That's when I show up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we can do. Maybe we can just do a podcast about Branch Davidian.
Yeah. I watched the first.
Did you watch
episode.
it?
Yeah, it's great.
What? Wait.
So this is it's coming up on 25 years from the David Koresh, Branch Davidian standoff thing.
Yeah.
I mean, for those of you who don't know, if
Yeah.
you're younger, like Kevin probably wasn't born then.
He
at
was
that
all
point.
about Waco.
But yeah, now they're starting to come out with like made-for-TV movie series, and
Yeah,
they came out with a documentary.
Oh, I saw a preview for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
What, the first episode aired?
Yeah,
it's
the
good?
first episode.
of the actual documentary. A&E is
Yeah.
doing a documentary, a 2-part series,
Oh, so there's a documentary and a TV.
and then
Yeah.
Okay, so I saw the preview. I think the television show is just called Waco.
yes, and that's on
That's at
Paramount Network.
Taylor Kish. What's that dude's name? He plays David Koresh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
But this is a documentary?
This is an actual
Yeah, on
documentary
A&E.
about the 9 people who
Survived?
the 9 Davidians who are still out there.
Right.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, which there's more, but I think they're the ones that were actually
They were
still
there.
yeah, and some still. I kind of know how to gauge it. Like some almost feel like they still believe the shit.
For real?
Oh, a
And
lot
then
of them
there's
do.
Really?
there's 3 that are like, this is complete bullshit.
Yeah.
Once he started sleeping with underage people.
Yeah.
He would the Australian people were just kind of we're out.
Yeah, but yeah, they close it with there's a lady and her daughter, and 11 of their family members died
Yeah.
in the fire.
Oh.
So
wow.
the lady's
Yeah.
husband, it's her daughter, it's her father, and then all their family.
Yeah.
And they still believe that David Koresh was a resurrection of
Holy
Jesus,
fuck, man.
and that he's
So, yeah.
coming back.
Was that-
his singing though? His songs. First of all, they have footage of him rocking, and man,
And he rocked.
he fucking rocked.
For real?
David Koresh was a rocker. He has and I was I'm sitting there watching it with my dad, and they show him and they show all the gear in the back. I was like, yo, he has really good gear.
But he had full stacks all over the
Yeah.
compound.
Yo, he had
Ready to rock at all times.
he had a Mesa 2C, which is the Metallica amp. That's the amp that Metallica records all their guitars on. And I was like, fuck, they're sought after. It's fuck, the guy has a fucking 2C up there. This is insane.
Oh, God,
So
God
that-
gets what he wants.
Yeah, it's Jesus.
That's why I want to watch the documentary because I didn't know much about it.
Oh,
But
dude.
So that was his gimmick, was he was telling people he was the resurrection of Jesus Christ?
Yeah.
Essentially, yeah. So how it started was they had a compound I think it was called Mount Caramel.
Yeah.
Right outside of Waco.
Yep.
So a bunch of a religious sect called the Branch Davidians.
Yeah.
They went out to this compound.
Is that the name of the documentary you said? Branch Davidians?
It's called Waco, and then I believe it's Madman or Messiah. They kind of
This is the documentary?
That's the documentary, yeah.
And just one episode came out so far?
Yeah.
I saw both.
I only seen the first one.
Okay, yeah. I believe it's just a 2-parter.
Oh, okay.
So backstory, basically, these people believe David Koresh, and there was a couple other guys too, but he was the main, leader.
He's the main dude.
They believed that he was kind of the second coming of Jesus.
Yeah.
So they bought into what he was saying, kind of not locked themselves, but sort of barricaded themselves in this compound essentially in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
15 miles out from Waco. And the government just didn't like it.
Yeah.
So the ATF made up this thing about them having illegal weapons
Yep.
so that they could
What's the ATF?
alcohol, tobacco, firearms,
Okay.
so that they could storm the compound.
Yep.
So the night before, the ATF went to all the major news outlets
Yep.
and told them that something big was going to happen in Waco tomorrow.
Okay.
They didn't tell him what, but, they knew they were going to essentially go in and start shit. So they stormed the compound. So now there's conflicting stories of who shot at who first.
Yeah.
So the Davidians say that the ATF just stormed them.
Yep.
Started shooting them, whatever. So 6 Davidians got killed. 4 ATF marshals, whatever they got killed.
Yep.
So then it became basically a standoff.
Yep. I remember seeing it on the news when I was a kid.
So it went on for a couple months.
Like it went for a long time.
Yeah. Yeah. This was the shooting was in February, and I believe it went on till April, something like that.
Fuck.
And it ended up ending with the FBI and SWAT and everybody else just attacking the compound.
And then
shooting tear gas.
Yeah.
Whatever it was. And
it burned, right?
It burned. So a lot of people say that the government started the fire to smoke them out.
That's what I'm thinking. They started to the compound.
Right, and then there's other people that say David Koresh started the fire.
Okay.
So anyways, 82 people end up dying.
Yep.
82 Davidians end up dying. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of what the documentary is about,
And then how did Koresh, did he kill himself or I can't remember.
He was burning and supposedly they mercy killed him.
Oh, okay.
They shot him in the head.
Okay.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a really good documentary.
Yeah, I want to see it.
Especially for people that
I just remember seeing it on the news when I was a kid.
Hardest thing in the first episode is when that one guy said that he's on the thing and he asks him about his name or whatever like that. It's why did you pick David Koresh? And he's I could hear people literally getting shot in the background and dying and stuff like that. And David Koresh goes, he asks him how do you pick the last name Koresh or whatever like that? And he goes, have you ever heard someone die before? The last breath out of their mouth sounds like Koresh.
Oof.
And it's oh my God.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but it's, it's the ultimate kind of false flag to the government.
Yeah, why they raided him in the first place.
Right, they should have just left him alone.
Yeah, they weren't really doing anything.
They weren't. You know what I mean?
He was fucking kids.
Oh, he wasn't a good human being.
Yeah.
Let's be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
He was a rocker though.
But did they have to
have a good sweet setup?
Yeah.
Oh man, when you hear these songs, there's him riffing on it. He's good.
So essentially, the holdup was he just wanted to stay in there and keep everybody there.
Yeah.
Long enough for him to finish his new
record.
He was writing new scriptures, so to speak. So he just wanted to get these books finished.
Yeah.
And then who knows what would have happened.
Yeah.
I think he thought in his head if he got these things done, then maybe he would rise up into the sky, or I don't know. I don't know what religious people think.
They always say cult leaders they always obviously the power goes because they always end up fucking everybody. That always happens.
That's what they kind of talk about on that too.
Yeah.
Well, that's on that thing though. What if it was just him trying to get that record done?
Yeah, that's all it was.
You know what I mean? And become just he's just he sold his soul to the devil, and then that didn't work. So then he went to God.
Right.
And then he just went to the people after that didn't work, and he just started writing hits. And then he got the people to believe in him, and he was just writing hits after hits and hits, trying to get that CD out.
He was Jim Morrison resurrected.
Yeah.
That's all it was. But there's there's a lot of weird stuff, a lot of stuff that gets you thinking. And then there's one part where I don't remember who they're interviewing, but one of the law enforcement guys, and they're talking about the scriptures that he puts out, and the guy says, basically shitting on David Koresh, saying, "Oh, you're the second coming of God, but you can't spell," because there was typos in his scriptures and stuff.
He wasn't the best speller.
No, I don't think
he didn't graduate high school.
Yeah, he wasn't the most literate human or whatever.
Yeah, gotcha.
But yeah,
he said "fixin" a lot.
Yeah,
I noticed that.
He's from the
anytime
South.
They're
Oh, they have interviews with him and stuff.
Yeah, there's actual footage.
Oh,
okay. Dude, there's footage of him rocking. That's what I'm saying. This stuff is him riffing in front of people. And he's got the same guitar I have. He's got a fucking 76, a 76 Les Paul Custom or something like that. A guitar, a pretty hefty guitar that it's worth some money.
Probably threw his hands up, just came out of the sky.
Yeah.
He just asked for whatever he wanted.
Yeah, it just showed up.
The government didn't want him to rock.
It was a good, it was a good sized compound they had, wasn't it?
Oh, it's huge.
Yeah, so I'm seeing
3 floors.
Because they have the video footage of it burning and stuff, and it looks like fucking hell on earth.
It's huge, and he keeps adding to it too. They kind of get into that the very first part of the first episode. They kind of explain how he kept adding to it, and his whole thing was he wanted people to like sleep and have their own quarters, but like everybody had to eat communal, so like that everybody had to like kind of be together all the time.
Yeah.
But then you go back to sleep, and then everything happens in like a communal area.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
It was prison. Without bars.
Yeah, they weren't living a good life.
Yeah.
But they
way.
did have the place like they had coverings over the windows in case they got shot at and stuff like that. Like it was a pretty secure place, like all the stuff they had.
Yeah, but he started like, tripping out.
They obviously had guns and shit too, right?
They did end up having guns.
Yeah.
Yo, the Trans Am story is awesome. Like the sheriff of the town said he's like just sitting there and a dude just rolls up on a Trans Am. It's Koresh. Just stares at him, then peels off.
like a straight movie with his hair blowing in the wind.
Yeah.
In a Trans Am.
Like a nice Trans Am. Then there's a picture of him standing next to like super nice Trans Am, which he probably just thought of and it probably just happened.
He's a rocker.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably just thought of the Trans Am and it appeared.
Yeah, he probably wrote a song. They sent him a check.
Yeah. I mean,
Jesus.
I don't want to sit here and sound like he was cool and I'm a sympathizer for somebody who did horrible things. He was a piece of shit.
Exactly.
But he was kind of cool.
The rockin' songs, he has me.
Yeah.
I want to hear the record.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, you do. When you hear this, yes, you do.
Well, I'm going to watch it tonight. So
And you're going to fucking want to hear the fucking record.
Feel about
I'm telling
these
you.
rippers.
I never knew he was a rocker, but like he was a fucking good musician and he could fucking sing.
How old were you in 93, Pep?
13.
So if you were 13 in West Seneca, right? Cheektowaga, sorry. And like you just heard your friends talking and they're like, yo man, this new dude Dave moved into the neighborhood.
Yeah.
He fucking riffs and he's got a sick Trans Am. You would have hung out with him or wanted to hang out with him.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, there was a little bit of an allure there. So, yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I might have joined.
Yeah.
Guys got a sick Trans Am.
I did have a pick at one point in time with David Koresh on it.
Really?
Yeah.
He had like long straggly hair and like glasses. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He had like the Arn Anderson glasses.
Yeah, kind of
like,
Phil Collins look a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit of a Phil Collins vibe to him.
But it that spawned one of the greatest, hardest songs in music history. Machine Head Davidian off the first record.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So yeah,
there it is.
I'm telling you, man.
Dave Koresh.
Like I knew he was a musician.
You think he's on Spotify?
I tried. I've looked for the songs, man. But you want to know something that's fucked up is like that's the type of shit that like record collectors get.
Oh yeah.
Like you'll hear some random ass dude that's like, oh yeah, I have this like one Beatles recording from like the day fucking, you know, like some story will come out where it's like, oh, the day John Lennon died, like they all got together and recorded 4 songs.
Yeah.
And then that night, like it got stolen and blah blah, and then like some guy ends up with it. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
That is totally made up. There are not 4 songs that they wrote the day John Lennon died. But there's like stuff like that where it's just like, hey man, listen, I know a dude that's got the David Koresh record. Like he's in Beaumont, Texas. He doesn't want to give it up. You know, blah, blah, blah. And then, like, some rich guy goes in and buys it. Because, like, you can hear, like, the Charles Manson record. Like, there's Charles Manson records. You know what I mean? Like, stuff like that. Like, people trip out over that.
Yep.
Which I heard he's, like, not bad of a musician either.
Dude, if Chuck Manson he's okay. His songs aren't that bad.
Yeah.
It's basically just folk stuff, right? Koresh is on a whole nother level. Koresh is like straight up. Like there's like a song that's like how would you even it's almost like that song I sent you. It's almost like the Don Felder like heavy metal song.
Yeah.
Like the songs I sent you today.
Yeah.
Dude, it sounds like that.
Yeah.
He's good.
Yeah.
He's legit raging. Like that's not a joke.
He's he's a rocker.
I'm gonna watch the documentary. No.
He's a rocker for God. There was like a music video along that went with it.
Yeah.
Like, dude, where did they get the footage of that, like, cartoon? That crazy cartoon? They have, like, some crazy cartoon that, like, it describes, like, what he talks about in these scriptures.
Right.
Where, like, this, like, the Lamb of God is going to come down and basically be able to, like, rectify everything.
Good
like,
Lord.
There's a cartoon that goes along with exactly what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Like, it's his voice. And then there's, like, this crazy, like, it looks like whoever created like Thundercats or something like that,
right.
like,
like animation,
like did that animation, and it's like his voice, like it's fucking wild.
Yeah, I don't know if that's something they made just for the doc or if that was like something he made like to appeal to kids. You know what I mean?
Christians are fucking crazy, and I'm saying that thing is already out there. Like some Christian like cartoon. That's probably a Christian cartoon, and they just took his voice.
Yeah, probably dubbed it
over it.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he had that much money. Although he did have a sick Trans Am and had sick gear.
He said he was pretty geared up.
$30,000 stack.
Yeah. He was marshaled up.
He didn't really need money.
Well, no, he just thought about stuff.
You just make stuff happen.
Yeah.
So that cartoon
We're
probably
pulling out of the air
one day.
Yeah. But yeah, it's on A&E.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure you can find it online or whatever.
I'll check it out.
But yeah, it's a good watch.
It's good.
I'm in.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Sold.
So what do you guys got coming up?
I gotta go to. This is gonna come out Thursday. I'm going to New Jersey this Saturday for WrestlePro, and me and Ailey's going too. When do you leave for tour?
The 16th.
That's
of
only
February.
a little more than 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So we got time.
I do nothing. I am currently sick right now. This is the first time I've left the house in 3 days.
Straight up, like
Flu.
we drove. Where did we just? London.
Yeah, we did London.
I drove in a car with you, super sick. Kevin Blackwood, super sick. I took a sip out of his coffee by accident.
Oh, boy.
Kevin Blackwood coughed on the back of my neck about 4 times. I don't know how I'm not sick right now.
Yeah.
Knock on wood. I've just been killing cold effects and fucking vitamin C. Laura got me to buy this stuff called Cold Effects.
Yeah,
and
I've heard of it.
Yeah. The normal size bottle. It was like 100 tabs or something like that. It was $70. I fucking almost had a heart attack.
That's how you know it works.
I'll tell you what. I would pay $700 to not have what I had about 2 or 3 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
Right now, if I knew, I would pay numerous pounds.
Yeah, whatever.
I felt like dog shit.
Yeah.
Like that. Dude, I was 250 pounds last weekend, and I'm under 230 right now.
Oof.
Yeah.
It's a lot of weight, man.
I haven't like shit or anything like that. Just not eating.
It's just not eating.
can't move.
Appetite.
Yeah.
I like have been
Sucks.
sitting in bed,
Yeah.
and like it started like I had a doctor's appointment on Friday. Not for this. I just went in for a checkup.
Yeah, and you say you got this like
Check
right
out.
after your doctor's
Dude, I
appointment,
left,
which is the
and
shit.
I felt like shit right after.
That sucks. Could ask
Right,
for
caught
some.
it there.
Yeah,
Yeah, good
they had
point.
me blow into something.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
exactly what I thought. They did have me do like the lung test or whatever, and I think that's a conspiracy to try to get you to
Give you the flu.
Because they asked me if I wanted the flu shot, and I said no, I don't want
Fuck
the flu
no.
shot.
We'll give it to you then.
Yeah, we'll give you that.
blow into
They're
this,
coming
pal.
Back in,
Yeah, we'll see you. See you in a couple weeks.
sons of bitches.
Oh, that sucks.
I always shit on it, on the flu. Like when I see it on the news, like, like top story on the news. Oh,
Yeah.
17 people died, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I'm always thinking, like this dude's got a fucking compromised immune system, or
Yeah.
this guy was 130 years old. Like,
Yeah.
I'm 35 and healthy. Like, the flu can't do shit to me. Dude, I didn't get out of bed for a week.
I believe it 100%.
Just could not move.
Yeah.
And like at that point, I was like, okay, like whatever's going on this year is
Yeah, like
it's
a lot
real.
of people are catching it.
Yeah.
Because Laura got it down in Orlando, and there was like, on the radio there was like, but I mean, it wasn't just in Florida.
No, it's
Flu's been, like
everywhere.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that, like, people are probably going to fucking go crazy on this, but the fucking flu shot, I've never gotten one. And a lot of people I've known to get it say it just gave them a brutal cold, which sucked.
I've had it.
And then also, isn't the whole thing they say, like, basically you get the flu shot, that gives you, that's like one strand of the flu, but there's like way more than that.
Yeah, essentially it's introducing something similar to the flu to your body.
Yeah.
So that your body creates the antibodies to fight the flu off.
Yeah.
So the theory is that, if you have the antibodies in your body, you're less likely to catch the flu.
Yeah.
But like you said, there's a million strains of the flu.
Gotcha.
And they mutate every year.
I've never gotten a flu shot. I don't know. Getting a cold for 2-3 months sounds fucking terrible.
I'm not getting the flu shot. I feel like they're putting something in your body.
Oh, I got sick as fuck off it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. A lot of people said that.
Yeah. I felt bad.
And that's the thing, like, this sickness is awful.
Yeah.
Like, this morning I woke up, it felt like I jumped in a pool.
Ugh. Oh, I just
And, like,
soaked with sweat.
my room is freezing.
That's what happened to Laura in Orlando, too.
Yeah, and my room is freezing.
Yeah.
But that broke the fever. Like, I haven't had a fever all day.
Sweating it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, now I'm just, like, today I've been coughing nonstop. Last night I thought I, like, exploded my eye because I coughed too hard, and then my eye was, like, it hurt to touch.
Yeah.
Like, I was expecting to wake up and have, like, my eye just looking towards the inside, like I was going to have, like,
Turned it inside out.
yeah, I was going to have, like, Michael Bisping eye.
What a story.
Yeah.
Like, yo, man, did you get in a fight? Nah, I had the flu.
Yeah, coughed a lot and fucked it all up.
So like my abs are constantly hurt.
Yeah, from coughing all the time.
So much, and then it's like that weird cough where like it never catches up.
Right.
So like you're coughing, and then like you're like, oh, I'm good, and then you breathe in and you start coughing more. So like everything is just short of breath.
You just can't get it out of the way.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Rough.
Yeah, and like it is like, this is disgusting, but like when you're sick like this, it baffles me how much mucus is in the human body.
Oh yeah.
Where does it come from?
Yeah.
And it just never stops. It just keeps coming.
Out your nose, coughing
Everything.
it up.
I mean, you're coughing it up. It's coming out of your nose. It's so gross.
It's your lymphatic system.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. It's all those white blood cells.
Good stuff, man.
Creating garbage.
Keep it coming out.
Yeah.
And that's the big thing to say. You're supposed to like if you like if you spit something up, like you're supposed to spit it out. You're not supposed to swallow it.
No, get rid of it.
Yeah, you gotta get rid of it.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just get rid of it, man.
Yeah. So, Andy, anything coming up before tour?
No.
No matches?
Nothing.
On the mend?
Yeah. I might get an MRI on my shoulder. My shoulder hasn't gotten any better.
That sucks.
Really good.
You've been doing PT and all that shit
Haven't
too.
done one push exercise since the 15th or 16th of December.
That was.
You said your push-ups are fucking brutal, right?
I can't do a push-up.
That was from the clothesline at the Christmas show?
This is a
From
lariat.
his
I'm sorry, a lariat.
Come on, give me some credit.
At the E2 Christmas show.
But I've done numerous lariats since then and been totally fine.
So I suppose, I mean, as long as you can do a lariat, who cares about bench press or push-ups?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just
what
squat,
we're
do some pulls, and do lariats.
And throw clothesline.
Like I bought an actual TRX strap and stuff like, like actually have like I can do all the workouts that like PT brother tells me to do, I can do at home. So it's like all I've been doing, and then like it's now starting to try to like integrate like push stuff in there to see if I can like do it.
Yeah, get a
and
little
just
strength.
Get away from it and just be like, okay, I'm just gonna power through this.
But you said it's really not feeling that much better.
No.
Yeah.
So MRI time, and then
Yeah, MRI is definitely a good idea.
yeah.
And if anybody listening has ideas,
Yeah.
please send them over.
Uh-huh. I mean, definitely, it's in like your rear delt, right?
I don't know.
No.
It switches every day.
It sucks.
Like it feels like if you took my shoulder, if you put your hand on my rear delt and my front delt
And pushed them.
and actually went like wiggled right to left,
Yeah.
it'd go
Oh, okay.
like that.
Ugh.
It's real weird. And now like my left shoulder's now fucked up because of it. Or maybe it's the fact that like all the workouts that I'm doing is to try to externally rotate my shoulders, because my shoulders are like awkwardly internally rotated. That's what the problem is.
Yeah.
That maybe my shoulders are actually starting to set, so they're both sore because
That's why it feels uncomfortable.
they're starting to set.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like I can't
Because for
push-
your other one to feel funny is kind of weird.
Yeah, I can't like push my rear delts together. Like if I put my arms out. Like
Yeah, if you
that.
try to squeeze them back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully
It's real weird.
Like you said, hopefully that's a good thing. They're like setting back.
Yeah, we'll see.
Well, we'll figure that guy out.
That's all.
Yeah.
It's got lariat shoulder. It's a new thing.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
That's like the new bursitis. Remember, like in the mid-'90s when
Yeah.
everybody had bursitis?
Yeah.
You got a lariat shoulder.
We had killer matches in London this weekend. We somehow worked a card that was 100. It was 100. Yep. It was an hour and 45 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It was like-
Indie wrestling show that went less than 2 hours.
Yeah.
That's unheard of. It was
the
awesome.
same night as
Smash Wrestling,
Royal
London,
Rumble.
London, Ontario. Same night as the Royal Rumble.
Had a match with
I
Dylan
was
Andrews.
going to say James Hogan. Dylan Andrews.
Supposed to go 8 minutes. Somehow we went 4.5.
Shorten that up to 4.5.
Yep. Had to get out of the ring.
Typical Nitro squash.
Yeah, exactly. Straight Nitro squash.
I wish.
Took a bonsai drop from Puff and almost shit yourself.
Yeah, I farted really hard. It was awesome.
Was it audible?
I don't think so because the crowd popped.
He was saying like he was hoping like the crowd would have been, there would have been no reaction, so people would have heard it, because Puff literally just stood over him and then just sat and bonsai dropped him right in the chest.
Like the hard, like one that like made my butthole hurt. That's how hard the fart came
I
out.
really can't believe you didn't shit yourself.
Yeah, and I coughed at the same time. It was like everything came out.
Was there-
But it honestly wasn't that stiff at all. Like I didn't I barely felt it.
It's just a lot of pressure.
The
That's
fact
all.
that you have 400 pounds coming down in your chest.
Yeah.
Puff is at Puff is at
He's under 4, right?
He's at 390. Wow, 398 right now. 397.
He's under 4.
Good. That's awesome.
Yeah, he's getting there.
But
Was there any worry that
He might
Something might happen.
break your chest bone.
No,
not that, but I mean, like when you farted, was there any word?
The first thing I did, I went back and I immediately checked to see if I shit. I did not shit. I started getting sick. That was like the day I started getting sick.
Yeah.
So like, yeah.
No muffler.
No, I didn't muffle up. Yeah.
Maybe next time. Next time you know Puff's gonna drop on you. Yeah. Muffler up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it.
Cool. Any thoughts on the Rumble?
I like the
I thought
Rumble.
the men's Rumble was my favorite men's Rumble in a long
while.
time.
Yeah,
that was well booked. I thought I don't think I would have been
the
emotionally.
Heath Slater stuff was great.
I wouldn't have been emotionally invested in the first couple guys if Heath Slater wasn't involved.
Yeah,
right.
Like it made me go, "Oh shit, this is awesome." Like,
Yep.
It gave me like a reason to care about like dudes I don't care about, like coming in.
Yeah.
I thought was really awesome.
The women's Rumble was good too.
Yeah, the women just don't know how to go over top ropes.
It's just high. It's just a big bump for him.
Yeah,
It's like, but Bailey goes flying
Yeah,
over.
like what's that?
Bailey's bump was awesome.
Yeah, Bailey was the one who
Molly Holly's bump was awesome.
of course.
And then that was pretty much it.
Yeah, the other ones were all pretty slow.
Like every one of them was just like they get stuck.
They're like, and then they look like they're gonna get hurt when they fall down. Yeah. Bailey took it like a champ.
The finish was weird. Like it could have been better had she connected on what she was supposed to connect on.
the kick out of the leg.
Yeah, the kick out of the knee, and she didn't connect on it at all. And like Nikki just took the bump or whatever.
They
off.
both ended up on the apron.
Yeah,
Nikki
and she kicked her leg out.
Nikki hit her. She Asuka back bumped.
Yep, and then kicked her leg
She was
out.
supposed to kick the knee out. Nikki's
Yeah,
knee
a
out.
little bit of space there.
There was a lot of space.
A little bit of space there. Yeah.
I mean, for me, the odd part was you knew Nikki Bella. It was a one-shot deal.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you have just had Sasha Banks and Asuka be the last two?
Yeah.
Because then either one of them could win.
Yeah.
You know when it's Nikki and
Probably
Asuka's going over.
Probably a little bit more drama there.
You know what I mean?
My big thing was this: one, men's Rey Mysterio coming back looking like a fucking
Sick.
Literally,
$1
like he traveled through time.
Yeah.
Like that was fucking insane.
For
like-
the women's, no bull. Get the fuck out of my house.
Oh, no Nakano?
Yeah. No bull Nakano. Or like even like Jacqueline came out.
Was cool.
And Jacqueline is what, 54, I said?
Yeah,
on that,
she's gotta be.
right?
She was in her 50s.
Alundra Blaze is only 52. So like, how about that? Like, you can't convince her to come in and like go over the top. Like, I think that would have been fucking awesome.
For one night.
Exactly. Like, I mean, a lot of things happened for one night in that, and that thing.
Right.
I wish that would have happened, because that would have been a whole big like ode to like the older school or whatever.
Sure.
And maybe they did, and she said no. Maybe
Yeah,
they
could
did
be.
offer it to her or whatever.
100%.
But I think that would have been fucking awesome or whatever. Mm-hmm. But it was cool to see like Kelly, Michelle McCool.
Toledo was cool.
Toledo was fucking awesome. Tori Wilson looked great.
She looks like a different human, but she looks great.
Oh yeah, she doesn't look like the same Tori.
Yeah.
Face wise, like
Oh,
it's,
yeah.
I mean, there's obviously been a lot of stuff done.
Oh, yeah. A lot going on there.
She's what, 43?
Yeah, mid 40s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still looks almost exactly the same.
Oh yeah,
Great.
looks great.
Definitely something going on there.
Yeah.
Just eats right.
Yep.
Eats right, exercises,
Yeah,
drinks plenty of water.
it's called meal prep, folks.
Yeah, meal prep, plenty of water, a lot of green vegetables.
I'm trying to think of the other stuff that kind of. Oh, Molly Holly doing that fucking front flip. Thing
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
Very
Fuck
cool.
yeah. Forgot about that.
Yeah.
Like you said, the men's rumble, that was the best men's rumble in a while.
Yeah, it
There
was.
was.
It was definitely well booked, like very well booked. The hurricane thing was awesome.
Yeah, fucking sweet.
Then the next night, Rockstar Spud
Yeah, 205 Live.
was awesome.
Fuck, what's his name again?
Drake something.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Drake Maverick.
Yeah, straight porn star name.
Yeah.
And then NXT the night before that
EC3.
was insane.
Yeah,
It was
Takeover.
The takeover was fucking cool.
You got Ricochet. You had you had Ricochet.
War Machine.
War Machine, EC3.
and EC3, which is great.
And the card was just fucking stellar.
It was awesome.
Dude, those takeover cards are just. I mean, even NXT every week. It's 1 hour. It's easy to watch. The takeovers are always awesome, top to bottom.
Yeah.
like they're just fucking kicking ass.
Just
right now.
over 2 hours.
Yeah.
Like it's just go.
Yeah, so, and it's all the matches get time and they're
Yep.
fucking awesome. And
the storylines aren't like too complex to where
No.
you're like you're worried about the storyline making sense while the wrestling's happening.
Right.
Yeah.
Like sometimes that can definitely happen on the main card where you're like, wait, why are these guys fighting again? And then someone has to give you like a 45-minute breakdown of like what's going on.
Yeah, and like why there's like hokey angles and stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's usually almost just like a straight match.
Yeah, where it's
and
like, hey, so why is, Velveteen Dream and Hero? Oh, because, Velveteen Dream called out Hero and said he could knock him out. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
The fucking now I feel terrible because I always Gargano and Cien Almas.
Yeah.
That's literally that's by one of the best matches I've ever seen in my life.
Oh,
yeah.
Hands
It was
down.
so
Very
It was
professional.
like 45 minutes or something like
Yeah.
that.
Watching it, it's like,
Dude.
how do they know where they're at?
Dude, like seriously, like for me, like doing wrestling, I just always think of like, how do you sit there like at the curtain getting ready to go out to do that? And just like, you know what I mean? Like having like all, like, you know what I mean? Like knowing exactly what you're about to get into.
They're
Like,
hey, after the fourth heat, do you...
fucking like, dude,
blah, blah, blah.
they did some shit. And
went.
Yeah.
it was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like that's by far one of the best
The
matches
finish
of all
was
time.
great.
Oh, it was unreal.
Yeah.
Like, and you guys called it too. I didn't think they would use Candace, and they totally did. It
Yeah.
was fucking perfect. Like the chick fucking giving Gargano the Rana into the steps. Like
Yeah.
it was just fucking. It was really good. Yeah,
Everything was
the
awesome.
finish with the fucking pole. It was awesome.
Everything was awesome.
It's crazy that they can do 4 nights in a row in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
So they did TakeOver, Rumble,
Yep.
Raw,
Raw.
SmackDown.
Oh, really?
They did SmackDown Tuesday in Philadelphia too.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
even. And it was all the same arena.
Yeah,
huh?
4
That's
nights
crazy.
at the
That's awesome.
Spectrum. or
That says a
whatever it is.
lot, man.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I just think it's cool enough that like it's awesome that NXT can do a takeover in the same building they run like the Royal Rumble in.
Yeah.
Right? They don't have to use like a smaller venue up the street or something like that. Like
Yep.
but if you have 4 nights in a row in Philly, that's fucking nuts, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Probably all sold out.
Yeah, it looked like it.
really,
Yeah.
dude, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, think about where they came from. First TakeOver was at Full Sail. First
Yeah.
couple,
Yeah, you're right.
in front of, 800 people there?
Yeah.
Yep, and then fucking
Now they're selling out.
I feel like they really just skyrocketed like quick.
Yeah, good for them.
So cool.
That's great. I hope those 205 Live like house shows keep doing well too.
Me too. I think there's some stuff that's going to be like... I think there's definitely some stuff that's going to happen.
Like they're gonna change some stuff up with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Like
I think they're going to get there. Because like, they're doing that tournament right now, and they just added
Yeah.
like Roddy's in it.
Oh, really?
they're taking NXT dudes
because I saw Tyler was on 205
Yeah.
Live. Like, who else? Did they say who else is in the tournament?
They just said Roddy. I just saw Roddy right now. But
That's
I think
sweet.
they're pulling like some NXT dudes up
That's cool.
and doing it. So I'm sure like Roddy and fucking maybe like Adam Cole or someone like that, or like maybe some of the Red Dragon dudes.
Yeah.
One of those dudes.
'Cause I mean, like, I'm gonna sound like a mark here, but fucking Grand Metalik
Yeah.
and Cedric Alexander had a match on 205 yesterday. Like, I just saw gifs.
Yeah.
It looked fucking unreal. Like,
Yeah.
that's if that show was in front of like the right audience and the right environment,
Oh, it'd be
it would
amazing.
it'd be fucking awesome.
It's just an afterthought.
Yeah, that's the problem is just filming it the way they do right now. It doesn't get the fucking energy it deserves.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
Get Ricochet in there.
dude.
Yep.
Yeah, game changer, big time,
And Ray.
Ray.
dude. Fucking, it like that's if he doesn't get rehired from that, like man,
He looked great.
it was like that was mind blowing. Like
Yeah.
like his body, like the way he moved, going back to like he's so smart with that shit too. Like going back to like his old WCW type gear,
Yep.
like just fucking unreal, man.
He makes it look like I can do slingshot stuff.
Slingshot leg drop coming your
Yeah.
way.
Here we go, baby.
Blow a hammy out.
I'm good.
Fuck it.
He's got nothing on Robbie Rage.
Just wait and see, man.
Fuck yeah, man.
Doing pop-ups and fucking springboard stuff.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
40 years old.
So we got Nitro 71 next time.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nitro
hell
71
yeah.
Next time.
It'll be January 20th, 97
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
from Chicago.
It'll be a big win from Chicago, as Puff Marshall told us.
Yep.
Yep.
He's still stuck. So
Can't wait.
hopefully somebody can help him out.
Yeah.
Guys, if you've never been there, scoop the loop.
It's a great... Good shit, man.
All right. Let's fucking.
Thanks, guys.
You give him the
Thought.
hey, Wes, thank you, man.
Yeah. Expert.
Expert
Our
Wes.
Nitro expert.
Only on high voltage.
Yeah.
Beautiful. You want to give him the closer?
Sure. Yeah. Heats in the ring. Brother.
Thanks, guys. Hope Andy feels better next time.
Me too.
See ya.